I keep making all these videos of the landlord-tenant act because my super came down today and told me that the neighbor complained about I was making noises and yelling and all this stuff. So I guess I'm not allowed to make videos that loud in my own apartment and like make noises unless I make human noises. Get what I'm saying? I'm not allowed to act at all. Get what I'm saying? So I'm not allowed to act like a werewolf and howl. I'm not allowed to bark. Even though like my neighbor's dog barks all the time and everybody, I'm not allowed to make noises like that, okay? Um, what else? I told her someone cut my cable wire outside, and that was literally the end of it. She didn't even really investigate it because I can't prove who did it. And you can hear that rolling sound on my head, right? That person does that every day, bro. So I don't know if they a clean freak or if their kid has some little toy that they're rolling around above my head. But the super told me they have two little dogs and a kid in kindergarten up there, and they heard me saying the F word in here, and I scared them. So now I have to live in here like a little mouse while they make 3 times as much noise on my head, probably. So I'm going to make all these videos to give it to the Landlord Tenant Act in about 30 days from now. Every day I'm going to make a live stream about what's happening to me. And I'm laid off right now from my job and I'm stressed out. And I told the superintendent today that I think I have PTSD disorder and I'm going to go to a doctor probably. And that she should probably tell the people up there that I have that wrong with me and that little noises scare me, basically, is what I was telling her. So that's fine, bro. Being treated weird in this place. It's been going on for a long time, man. It's not like just like a recent thing. It's been going on for like 2 years straight. That I've been treated weird, like not like all the other tenants. This is what I feel like. So if I ever complain about something, it just gets dismissed. No one really investigates what I say about anything, I don't think. I don't know. It's just like a conversation and then it's over with. But then when someone else complains about me, it's like I have to follow exactly what's being said to me. So basically, I was told today I can't say the F word in here because the neighbor upstairs heard me and they have a kid in kindergarten, and I'm in like my 40s. I'm not allowed to say the F word in my own apartment, bro. So if I'm watching a movie, I should only watch children-friendly movies on my TV because my ceiling's not soundproof properly, where her daughter or whatever might hear the F word. I've been living here for 3 years, by the way. They've been living up above me for 30 days, and they already complained to the superintendent about me. And the whole time I lived here, I always asked the super, has anyone complained about the noise about when I do videos and stuff? And she's like, no. But today it was like I went over the top, I think, or something. Because everybody heard me howling and barking in here, and they all complained about it. And now I'm supposed to be like the mouse that lives in here and just like eats some cheese once in a while and doesn't make a sound, I guess. But that's okay, bro. Okay, YouTube gets angry at me because I swear and act crazy. But then I go on YouTube live streams and other people act weirder than I act. It's like acting, bro. So if I can act like really mad all the time in a really good way in real life, but I'm only acting mad, can't people realize I'm not even being like, I'm not really mad, bro? You know what I'm saying? So if I wanted to be an actor in a movie, wouldn't I want to be really good at acting in real life? Oh, sorry, I was making this live stream about how my superintendent came down here because a neighbor that lives upstairs that just moved in like 30 days ago complained about me because I was barking and howling in here on a live stream. And I'm not allowed to do that anymore. And I'm not allowed to say the F word in my apartment because her daughter might hear that and her daughter's in kindergarten. You know the last tenants did? They got evicted. The guy left, he stabbed the fridge everywhere. And the whole time they lived above me, I kept telling everybody they're weirdos and all this stuff about them. And everyone was getting mad at me like I'm a weirdo. But just remember that they got evicted. He stabbed the fridge with a knife everywhere. And the whole time I'm telling everyone, yo, that guy scares me, man. It was like these foreign people. And now the super doesn't know where they went. Now I'm scared they might come back here and do something to me one day. So on top of that, I have this other person mad at me now for making a video in my apartment. Like, that sounds a little discriminatory to me, bro. So you're telling me if I bring a woman in here and we do something together that the neighbor's going to complain that she could hear us? She like complained she could hear me swearing in here on my YouTube channel, like swearing making a video because I like acting. I'll say this to the police too, bro. No one's gonna say I'm not acting when I'm yelling at a camera, bro. I don't care if I'm acting mad or happy or sad or whatever way. I know how to act good. Okay, I have complete control over my emotions. She told the super they're scared of me. I've never threatened those people. I've never said one word to those people. So why are they scared of me? Yeah, the neighbor upstairs is scared of me now, I guess. But I've never said one word to those people my whole life, bro. I made YouTube videos in here and I got mad and yelled to the camera and then I said I could hear noises all the time and I recorded it to prove that I'm not a liar. So I go outside right now and show everybody that my cable wire is broken. You know what everybody thinks about that? Oh, it just broke from the cold. How's a cold break a cable wire, bro? It doesn't break a cable wire. You have to twist it back and forth or cut it with wire cutters. Not to mention the cable company puts a special clip thing on it so you can't take it apart. So now I gotta wait for the guy to come here because I don't know how to do it. So I don't know. Everybody thinks all this I'm talking about is normal, bro. Most people wake up and eat some food and go to work all day and they don't have no drama with anybody. Like maybe I overreacted to people making noises at me, but it's like the owner of the building should have soundproofed my apartment properly. So my whole point is, why do I have to just move and not get compensated for all this annoyance, man? Isn't that grown man in Canada entitled to freedom and like not to be bothered by other adults to an extent? And then like if someone keeps harassing you, you should be entitled to get money back. Because someone affecting your mental health affects how you perform daily in your tasks, whether you're going to work or eating, or you act. Maybe I work out and those people are annoying me, right? So I can't exercise properly in my own apartment, in my own personal space that I pay money for and I signed a lease agreement for 3 years ago, by the way. So I don't have more rights than somebody else because they have a little kid and I don't. I have a little dog in here. My dog's my little kid. They're annoying my little kid, right? They're annoying my kid. My kid's a little dog, man. So the little dog in here, I consider it my kid. Get it? So how that person said I can't say the F word in my own apartment. Well, their kid running around with shoes on at 6:30 in the morning is disturbing my little kid, my dog. Right, Falkor? What about you? You're not important? Because you're not a human? Is that what it is? So there's no importance to you? Right? Those people are bugging you and waking you up every day and scaring you and you're shaking. Right? They don't know that you're laying on me and you're shaking and then I wake up and then also people running and I'm like, yo, they scared my dog again. Because they're running around like maniacs. I don't want people to think I'm a weirdo that doesn't like little kids. I don't care. I'm not like, I don't have a kid, bro. It's not that I don't like little kids. It's like when I think someone's parents are letting them do that to annoy me, and then they had some disagreement with me, and then they told on me to the super like we're in high school, and then I'm trying to be quiet now, but then they continue to just keep acting the same way, bro. So it's like, what is the point, bro? I'll say this to the super every time they bug me. And like I said, I'm an actor, bro. If I'm not allowed to be an actor in my own apartment, what is the point of living in here? When the lady moved in next door, she has a dog that has an anxiety problem, and I never got mad or nothing about it. She's probably mad at me now because I was barking in here today. But I was just proving a point that I don't want to listen to any of that crap, bro. But I'm not going to complain about it because that lady next door can't help that stuff. Get it? It's not her fault. The dog barks all the time, right? I can't get mad at that person. I was only getting mad because I told Wendy I thought the person that moved in upstairs was deliberately letting their kid annoy me. And that I'm a grown up and it's not funny to play games with me because I'm laid off and I'm annoyed. That's all. I'm more mad at the owner of the building for not setting this building up properly. Like I have a dog, right? He should not rent apartments to people on the top floors with animals and like little kids who make lots of noise. There's an empty apartment across the hall from me. I don't know if it has 2 bedrooms in it. I think it does. Wendy didn't have to rent that apartment to somebody with like a little kid and dogs in it. Maybe she had to. I don't know. I'm just saying. What is the point of doing that when the last people tormenting me, man? You think she would have rented it to some quiet old people that like don't have animals or kids? Like the first year I lived here, I didn't make any noise at all in here, man. And then people kept doing stuff to me. So it was like, and one day I just said, screw it, I'm gonna make noise too. Make noise too. I've been stuck in here a lot because it's snowing too much outside. It's snowing too much outside for you. You freeze your bum. Like yeah, the video I did earlier was so like out of control, idiot. It's like how much can someone take, bro? Like frig. Like when she showed me this apartment, she like I don't know if she showed me the apartment when like nobody was in the building, but it was so quiet and peaceful. And I'm like, yeah, is it always like this in the building? She's like, yeah. Like I'm not lying. They're like, well, I hear people banging on my walls or like being noisy. I wanted to know all that, you know? Because I paid her 7 months rent when I moved here at once because it was during COVID. So there's literally 20 other people, I think, or something like that, that wanted this apartment. It was brand new. And I'm like, well, frig, I'll give you 7 months rent. I looked at like 15 other apartments before this one, and no one rent me an apartment because I'd go there and there'd be like 15 people looking at the same apartment because of the COVID thing. And everybody was laid off, and people were tripping out, and they were moving, and people were, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to even get this place, bro. Normal people do not pay 7 months rent to move into an apartment. You pay first and last, and you sign a lease agreement. So, you know, that's a lot of money to me, man. That was like savings that I had and stuff. It wasn't like it was just like easy for me to give her all that money. It hurt my feelings. It was like, damn, man, like that's a lot of money I just give somebody at once. So that goes to why I get mad easily now because like I've been here a long time and there's a lot of weird things happening to me around here. When I tell her like there's food outside again by the door, she just said like little kids drop stuff and like she acted like it's just an accident, but it's like I don't know. It's not an accident, bro. You know, I was out there, a bunch of broken up pieces of food. It looked like shreddies or bread. And it was right on the sidewalk by the door where my dog goes. And she started eating it. And then I got mad or whatever because I didn't know. I thought she was eating snow or sniffing snow. So I told the super today, she's like, people drop stuff by accident. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it was bread, like, broken up there. It actually doesn't even look like bread. It looked like shreddies cereal or something. Something weird on the ground out there. You see all these cell phone holders? They make them so you can't plug a charger into what's in the thing. It's so stupid, man. Just followed on me. this phone is overheating on me. Guess that would work. It works if I shove something in there. Shove a screwdriver in there. So I'm just gonna keep making these videos, bro, because like I just want to record how many like banging sounds you hear on my ceiling within an hour time frame compared to the noises I'm making, because those people complained about me and now it's on, bro. I'm pissed off. The super was very polite to me the way she talked to me, and she's like, you're not really in trouble, but like you can't act that way. I just took it as like I was being talked to like I'm a little kid. I mean, I know I can't act that way, bro. I acted that way on purpose. I was trying to prove a point to people that like, frig man, you're annoying me. Like, I can be annoying as hell, you know? But I know right from wrong and not to act that way, bro. Because the whole, like, video I made earlier, I was acting, you know? I'm not allowed to yell and scream and be like, make noises. What's the point of being alive, bro? I watch lots of movies. No? Do people watch movies? Don't, like, adults act weird in movies? They obviously rehearse, don't they? Or no? They don't rehearse, they just go to the movie and, like, act that way. You know what I'm saying? So because I'm not in a movie and I'm not a millionaire famous movie actor, I can't say I'm an actor. Don't I act on YouTube all the time? You can watch my videos, I act weird. I make weird noises, I act stupid. Right? I cry on some videos, I act mad as hell. So I'm acting, get it? So just because somebody else says that guy's not acting, he's full of crap, that means it's the truth? You know what I'm saying? I'm an actor. That's why I have a YouTube channel. I got in trouble today for acting and expressing myself. Just remember that, bro. I got in trouble today from my superintendent for making a live stream earlier and being too loud and expressing myself in an artistic way by getting angry and showing anger on camera and yelling and screaming and barking and howling and acting like a fool. But again, it's an act, bro. So now I have to live in here and act like everyone's gonna get me in trouble. For what? Get me in trouble for what, bro? You know what I'm saying? I never directly threatened anybody in this entire neighborhood, bro. Are people gonna call the police on me because outside I kick garbage and I swear at it? Because it's an empty chocolate chip bag and I thought I had chocolate chip cookies in it. My dog was gonna eat them, so it made me mad. And then after I kicked it and swore at it, I realized, yo, the bag's empty. It can't really hurt my dog, so yeah, it must have just blew here. So I'm a threat to society now? You know what I'm saying? Do you know I went out there and picked that bag up too with a garbage picker? And I picked up a juice box. And then I walked all the way up in front of the retirement home looking for garbage everywhere. And I didn't see any because it snowed so much. So yeah, I'm a real threat to society, bro. The way I'm picking up garbage outside for free. The garbage picker. And I've done that like 3 times now in this neighborhood. Where I went out with a garbage picker and I picked garbage up. And then I got sick of doing it, so I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. Because people are throwing more garbage after I pick it up, so I was like, forget about it. I don't see anybody else in this whole neighborhood do that, like go pick up garbage with a garbage picker, and not get paid any money, and then everybody's staring at you like you're a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a lot of people are staring at me like thinking like, why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Why don't they notice all the garbage everywhere and stare at the garbage like it's ugly and disgusting looking, right? Instead of staring at me like, why is that guy got a garbage picker picking up litter for free? And then after I pick all the litter up, right, I go by the next day and there's like twice much litter laying everywhere. So it's not like I just became angry overnight. This stuff's been adding up for like freaking, like I said, like 2 years. People are bugging me here when I had 2 jobs at the same time and I was trying to sleep and go to work, and then they're tormenting me and bugging me. And tormenting me and bugging me. Hell, peace, man. Just ranting to my camera. I mean, if someone can hear me, like when I'm talking to my camera right now and they're getting mad about that, I'm not even talking loud, bro. I got in trouble today from my superintendent for making a YouTube video too loud. I'm not allowed to swear anymore. I'm going to keep repeating this, okay? I'm going to remix this into a shorts video. I am not allowed to swear anymore. Okay, I got in trouble today. Right? No more swearing. No more saying the F word. Little kids might hear you. You better watch your mouth. Right? If you say the F word, I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap. Do you understand? So you're going to keep it civil from now on when I make videos. No more F words. Okay, I'm going to keep this in check. No more F words, right? No more howling at the moon like a werewolf. No more barking. No more stomping my feet in here like a little kid and going, like a little kid. Okay, that's off limits because I'm scaring people acting that way. So basically just dictating how I act when I'm acting. Oh, sorry, I was just explaining I live in my apartment and I got in trouble today. So I'm not allowed to say the F word in my apartment. I'm not allowed to yell. I'm not allowed to howl at the moon like a werewolf. I'm not allowed to bark. I'm not allowed to make weird noises. Because if you watch my other live stream, you'll see that I did all that on camera and I was acting the whole time. So if I'm such a good actor that people take it seriously, that's not my problem, bro. I guess I'm a really good convincing actor because the neighbor upstairs is scared of me now, and they told the superintendent they're terrified for their lives because of me. Because I acted like aggressively in my own apartment and made a loud video and swore at the camera. This is the society's become, bro. That people can just do stuff to you, but you just have to act like a little dinkhead, bro. Like, okay. And then you have to apologize because you didn't do anything wrong, except for act loud and aggressive and mean to yourself, to a camera in your apartment. So what if I was in here, say I got like an acting rehearsal gig and I was in my apartment and I was rehearsing some movie where I was like an evil actor and my character was evil and I had to be like aggressive and yelling and I'm rehearsing. My neighbor would complain to the super that I'm scaring them. Okay, I get it. I understand, bro. So right now when I'm talking to a camera on a live stream, everybody around me in this building takes it as I'm a mentally ill person talking to myself in my apartment. And if I talk to my dog, right, then all the people in this building are going to take it as, yo, that guy's mentally ill. He's talking to his dog again. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody talks to their dog, right? So now if I talk to my dog too loud in my own apartment, my neighbors are going to complain to the super that I'm scaring them. And if I say the F word in here, they're going to complain that their kindergarten kid heard me say the F word in my own apartment that I pay rent for. But do I have to keep repeating this to the camera about 100 times? Is that illegal for me to keep saying the same sentence? If someone could hear me, am I going to get in trouble again? Are they going to come give me a spanking with the meter-long foot stick that you got in high school and you whack me on my butt cheeks with it and give me a spanking? And say, bad boy. Right? Bad boy, you're not allowed to yell. Bad boy, you're not allowed to get angry. Bad boy, you're not allowed to have any kind of emotions anymore as a grown man in the world. You just have to be emotionless, right? And then just keep your voice down and do what other people do and don't be mean to anybody. And then they're all allowed to just step on you and disrespect you and treat you like you're not a human being. So I'm starting to get it now, bro. This whole live stream, all I've been doing is ranting to my camera. Am I really bothering anybody, right? No. Not bothering nobody. So basically, my neighbor made me uncomfortable to live here now, baby. And I'm gonna have to, like, go talk to a lawyer. I'm gonna have to get a restraining order on somebody because they're scared of me. So I'm gonna have to go to the police first and get a restraining order before they do that to me. Because now I'm scared they're gonna make up lies about me. I'm gonna tell the police this. They're liars, bro. Just like the last people, they lied about me. They told the super, he's yelling at us. Yeah, the same people that stabbed their fridge when they got evicted, and they've stabbed it 20 times with a giant knife and destroyed it and stabbed a bunch of other things in the apartment. That's what the super told me. Anyway, bro, this is gonna be fun when I call a lawyer, bro. Yeah, I'm being harassed and bullied by adults for a long time in this apartment building. And the owner of the building doesn't seem to care about it. He seems to keep siding with everybody else, man. And I'm a security guard, and people can laugh at that all they want. I've been a security guard for 8 years with the same company, bro. I'm bonded. I have a police clearance. I have, like, my fingerprints and all that. Like, I don't have a criminal record. So when you're bonded as a security guard, that means you're probably not a liar, bro. When I write guard reports at work, they go to the police station. You can hear dogs barking like we're in the Humane Society, correct? That's what I got yelled at earlier for, was for barking in here like a dog. Because I was trying to bark loud and howl, so my dog stops trying to bark and howl at the neighbor's dog. And every time their kid was running like this, I was doing that earlier on camera, going, representing like the noise my dog's hearing when she's shaking and looking at the ceiling, trying to train her not to do that. That's kind of the truth to it, right? So if I don't bark really loud and my dog was like, cause see how she's not barking at those dogs at all. She won't bark at those dogs anymore. When the lady first moved in, she was barking at them all the time and whining. And my dog was scared, right? So now my dog doesn't pay attention to those dogs. Because I did that, because I barked at her and did all this weird stuff. That's how I take things, but I don't know how somebody else is going to take it. I only had to bark and howl in here so my dog wouldn't bark at other dogs barking in my building. And my dog does, you didn't hear it bark once, right? Hear the dog barking outside in the hallway and stuff? Listen. My dog ain't barking, bro. My dog won't bark at those dogs ever again. My dog won't whine at those dogs or nothing because I trained my dog not to pay attention to them anymore. Because that dog has a serious anxiety problem, the lady told me. It's always going to bark like that. So remember, I got in trouble for barking in here. See how stupid that sounds? I got in trouble for barking like a dog, bro. Anyway. Like, it's not the superintendent's fault because someone complained about me and her job is to come address the thing that they complained about with me. But I just think it's funny that I get in trouble for saying the F word too loud and for barking in here. And everybody else can just bang on my ceiling and torment me and stuff. And then the excuse is, well, it's a little kid doing it. And the super said, well, her daughter's in kindergarten. It's not her kid's fault. It's a little kid. But she lets her like run back and forth at 20 to 7 a.m. with shoes on and jump up and down and stuff. How's that not like their parents' fault? That's normal living condition sounds because you have a little kid. Why don't you live on the bottom floor where your kid can stomp as much as they want and not bother anybody? I'm just trying to be honest about it. Can anybody see my point of view, or does my point of view not matter anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like if you had a kid you knew was gonna act that way and like it's a little kid can't help it, why would you live above somebody and let your kid act that way? Does anybody see my point of view? I don't have a kid. So when some other person's kid's being a little kid and annoying me and I'm trying to concentrate to earn money, because I trade money on the Forex too, and I try to make videos in here. I know I don't have a big YouTube channel, but it's important to me. And I go on YouTube a lot and I leave lots of positive comments to people. And YouTube give me an award for like 30% most positive person on YouTube and spreading positivity and being nice and kind to everybody. So I'm not taking it like a joke. I like go on YouTube all the time. I waste a lot of time on YouTube. So I don't need some other person saying, well, you're not allowed to be artistic anymore and act mad. You're scaring me. So how's that right, bro? The lady told the super they're scared of me. I've never even said one word to that person, man, in my whole life. Do you know what I do when people go outside with their dogs around here? I don't even go near them because I don't want to disrupt them and their dog, and I don't want to bother them. When I see people on the sidewalk walking towards me, I say, hello, have a good day or something. So again, why is somebody scared of me, bro? I don't have any criminal record or any like history of attacking people or assaulting anybody. I've never assaulted anybody at my job that I do. Isn't that like defaming my character for no reason? Because I yelled one day and got mad and lost my temper? On a video on YouTube. You get what I'm saying? Why can't anybody comprehend what I'm talking about? So say I want to act a certain way, right? Like say I want to get mad. They're making me mad. So I took that opportunity of someone else making me angry to put artistic expression on a camera. Doesn't that make sense? I want to act angry, bro. Someone made me mad. So I'm going to go on camera and act mad, out of control, crazy, and howl and bark and re-represent all the things annoying me around here and put it on video as an art form. So if people want to take it some other way as I'm directing it towards them, well, who are they supposed to be? To me. Who is that person to me? Nobody, bro. Who is that person's kid to me? Nobody. They're special, important to them. They're obviously, they love each other. They have no right to say I'm directing an F word and they can hear it. Like they have nothing to do with my life, bro. The owner should have told me when I moved here, hey, by the way, you can't make loud noises in your apartment and you can't record art stuff in your apartment. You can't make YouTube videos. You can't be creative. You can't make rap music where you might say mother effer and swear. Because that's another thing most people don't know about me. I write music, bro. I write rap songs. I write flute music. I make music on BandLab with my flute. I make drum beats. I own a keyboard. I own like 4 pan flutes. I own a plastic pan flute. I own 2 different kinds of flutes. So I'm not allowed to do any of that anymore? I can't play my flute in my apartment now because I might disturb somebody? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense, bro. I could see if I went up to somebody and started swearing at him in the building and, oh, you're annoying me and you're making noises at me and said it to their face. Yeah, call the police on me. Tell the super. Come arrest me. I should never do that to anybody. I would never do that to anybody, by the way. But if someone's annoying me and I have like a camera going, you can obviously hear my ceiling being stomped on and blah, 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 and it's making me mad. I want to record myself getting mad because I want to be an actor. And I want to watch the video later. And I want to watch myself getting mad. And I want to see my facial expressions. And I want to try to get better at it. I'm not allowed to be an actor. Why? Because I'm old? Maybe I want to be a grown-up actor. I'm like a middle-aged actor. Maybe I want to go try to be in a movie. Maybe I want to play a bad guy in a movie. Maybe I want to act all aggressive. Maybe those are the roles I want to get. Maybe that's my persona. So now I have to bring back and get rid of my persona because some other human being that I never met in my life knows nothing about my past, knows nothing about what I want to do with myself, has to talk about me behind my back to my superintendent and make me uncomfortable where I live. And because I'm a smart person and takes things a certain way, that means I'm crazy. No. Any video on my YouTube channel, I'm keep explaining this, is fictional. So if I act angry, aggressive, and yell and scream and growl, like it's to prove a point, bro. Like, how am I gonna act mad if I'm not actually mad? So I want to be an actor one day. I want to go start rehearsing and like practicing, trying to audition for things, and people can laugh at me and blah blah blah. I want to audition for acting roles. I want to learn how to do it. I want to get in the Actors Guild. I want to see what I have to do. Do I have to go to school? I'm going to look into it. So again, it's none of anybody else's business if I want to do that, depending on like if I'm old or young or what age I am. It doesn't matter, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't people watch movies and all the actors, they're like different age people? It's not like every movie's AI, bro. Like, there's still movies everywhere with real people in them where you get paid money. How do people know I don't want to be in low budget movies where I get paid like $500? I get paid $1,000 to be in a movie, like a low budget movie, just to get my foot in the door to put in my portfolio that, yeah, I was in this stupid movie. And then I get to meet other people. So why do people have to act like because I said the F word in here that I was directing it at them? When I'm not even standing in front of them and they're not even near me and I'm not looking at them. They have no idea what I'm looking at, what I'm doing. Just because they could hear me making noises. Like, so I went on YouTube. I started watching Monk Life Meditations. The man's name's Dr. Rob. I thought he was interesting. He intrigued me. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's smart. He like reads a lot of things from like Buddha and all this stuff, and I wanted to watch his videos. And I started meditating and all this stuff, right? And if I tell anybody about this, they're like, well, that's weird, man. Meditation's weird. Spirituality's weird. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying the guy was interesting. I thought his videos are funny and blah, blah. He yells and screams. He makes like throat singing. He does all this weird stuff. I don't think like the superintendent comes and talks to him where he lives and says, you're scaring people, man. Like maybe they do. I don't know. So I was trying to learn how to throat sing. That was the whole point of this conversation right now, because when I throat sing and I push all the air out, it was making me feel better. So now if I do that in here, is that person going to be like, wow, that guy's crazy. He's scaring us. I just want to ask a lawyer all this stuff. Like, are people allowed to treat me this way? Like, as a grown up? Like, dictate how I live and make me feel uncomfortable while they're doing things to me? I want him to tell me, man. I want to know. Are people allowed to incite like me getting violent and inciting my emotions, and then I think they're doing it on purpose? And then like we're supposed to not bug each other anymore, but then what if they keep bugging me? Then what happens? Am I supposed to just sit here and take it? Because they complain first? Get it? I would never complain about anybody. I complain about the other people because they're complaining, everybody's complaining about them, and then they're being out of control weird. I wouldn't have complained about the people above me. I was going to keep making videos about them. Don't people get that? I make videos on YouTube. The last people who bothered me, there's live streams on my YouTube channel, them bugging me, them making sounds at me, them throwing garbage at me, that air conditioner water leaking and giving me a scab on my arm right here. See this scab right here? That's from air conditioner water leaking last tenants. And yeah. It dripped on my arm, on my bare skin, and my arm started burning. I instantly went to my sink and I washed my arm off with like dish soap. And the next day I had like a scab there. Now there's a scar there, bro. It like scarred my arm. Like, see all this? The air conditioner water gave me a rash on my face, and now I have a little red mark there, and it won't go away, bro. So when those people are living above me, last people, I look like a zombie. Like I look like I was gonna die soon. Like I don't know if I could watch my videos from that time frame. I didn't look healthy at all, bro, because like they're making me sick. That's how much they're bugging me, and they're like just dripping air conditioner water on me. I plugged my bike in right there. So is that literally their way to just say like, yo, bro, parking your bike there is stupid? So we're just gonna drip air conditioner on you, right? So the funny part of that story is as soon as they put their air conditioner there, it's leaking on me like nonstop, this old rusty air conditioner. I was gonna put my e-scooter by the balcony, and then the woman takes her mop and like hangs it off the balcony. And And then she just left her mop like that every day. So I'm like, I can't put my bike there either, man. And then her kids started putting their bikes over there. Yeah. I'm just telling this stupid story because I'm going to keep repeating that the person above me complained about me today. And I never did nothing to them. All I did was yell in my apartment and make noise. And now they're rolling something on top of my head for the last like 45 minutes, like the lady's cleaning up there. Or some kid has some little toy. You know, the last people that lived up there, they let their little kid drive this four-wheel outdoor truck on my head for like 8 hours straight for like weeks on end, bro. And it would go like, woo, 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 woo. And it would vibrate the walls in here. And the person at the end of the hallway, they had like these little dogs. They could hear the people, man. Like that thing going woo, 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 woo. And it was above my apartment. And now this person just keeps like cleaning nonstop or rolling something on my head, bro. And earlier they were going like this on the ceiling. And their dog drops a little piece of food all the time in all different places on my head. And their kid runs around like this. Makes noises. And they complained about me because I said the F word and yelled in here and barked. Oh yeah, everybody, if you rent an apartment, don't bark and howl in your apartment and try to act weird because you'll get in trouble. I got in trouble. I scared people. They said they're scared of me now. Oh, they're scared because I said the F word. And I was acting aggressively violent in here to myself on camera on YouTube. And now they're scared of me. Sounds like I'm being bothered by people for no reason, bro. Do people really want attention from me that bad that they gotta make issue for me? But guess what? I don't want to give them my attention, bro. How about that one? Yeah, I don't want to crash out for them, okay, bro? I don't want to yell and scream at people to their face and have the police come here and arrest me, okay? Get it? I think the police have better things to do than talk to me. So I won't give anybody the satisfaction of acting like a fool around here where I cause trouble for myself. So literally, like I said, the superintendent warned me today not to act that way. So I'm literally going to have my camera on like 24/7. I'm buying other cameras. I'm literally going to videotape 24 hours a day to prove that I'm not bothering anybody in case somebody else tries to lie about me. Because like I said, the last tenants, the people that like said I was yelling at them, they got evicted. And they were lying about me. And blah, blah, blah. And now somebody else is saying that I'm crazy and saying I scared them. When I've never said one word to that person in my whole life. So if someone's making noises on your ceiling and you're like, hey, I'm gonna take this opportunity to make a YouTube video and create a realistic, real life reenactment of how someone might react to that situation, you'll get in trouble for that, by the way. You're not allowed to be an artistic person who likes to create things. And if these people try me, bro, I've been painting pictures since I was 12 years old. I've been drawing pictures and artwork since I was like 6 years old, 7 years old. My mom has some of them still. I've been into acting since I was a little kid. I've loved acting weird and strange since I was in grade 7, grade 8. And now people as a grown man are trying to tell me I'm not allowed to be artistic and creative at all. I got in trouble today for making videos on YouTube and acting too aggressively loud. I'm going to keep repeating this about 50 times. I hope people can hear me. I have paintings in here that I painted, okay? I painted them. I have 2,345 songs on my computer that I made. Okay, every one of the files on my computer I've made for the last 3 years since I moved into this apartment. And some of them before I moved here. I used to play guitar at my mom's house when I was like 16 years old. I had an electric guitar and I was recording music. I was playing acoustic guitar at my dad's house like a couple years ago. I recorded a couple songs. They're on the internet. I get royalties off of music that I make. Do you know that people can remix my howling and bark on YouTube and I can make money from that? Does anybody ever realize that? On YouTube, they have this thing. It's called YouTube Music app. There's YouTube sounds. My YouTube sounds, I could have them on SoundCloud, Spotify. There's about 50 platforms that I have music on. And it's all monetized. It has licensing numbers to it. So am I doing this to just be a weirdo, schizophrenic, bipolar, multi-personality, PTSD, mental illness person who needs medication? No, I don't. And when I told the superintendent earlier that I thought I had I have non-diagnosed PTSD disorder from the amount of trauma being happening to me lately, the amount of people trying to terrorize me and bother my mental health, she said, well, her son's bipolar and that maybe I have bipolarism and that I should go talk to a doctor about that. So now my superintendent is assuming my mental health. Because I told her I think I might have PTSD and that's why I lost my temper earlier. When meanwhile, the truth of this whole thing is I was making a YouTube video because I like to act all the time and I like to act all different ways. And you know what I used to do sometimes when I'd walk home from work and I'd be walking up St. David's Hill with like a 400-pound electrical scooter because my batteries did not have enough power to make it all the way back here because I had no money to buy new batteries at that time. And I had to push my bike up the hill. I would growl and howl and act all weird and make weird sounds because I was trying to think, well, I'm in the middle of nowhere. No one could hear me right now. And I'm going to rehearse these sounds for YouTube so that maybe one day somebody will remix my sound with an AI video of like a werewolf or something and then put my sound in there. And then maybe a lot of people watch that video. And then every time they play that video with my sound on it, I'm going to get money and royalties from that. Because that's how it works. So for all the stupid idiot people who think that they have any meaning to me when I've never met them a day in my life, and if I'm yelling and screaming to myself in my body, in my apartment that I signed a lease for, then I apologize. I was warned today to never act like an actor anymore, to never make noises in my apartment that are too loud or I'm going to get in trouble. And I learned today that the person upstairs is scared of me. Next, they're probably going to call the police on me for no reason. And they're going to try to use their little kid as this little cop-out that I'm scaring their kid. And just remember, I've never met these people a day in my life, bro. I don't assault people. I don't threaten people's little kids. I would never do that. I don't threaten elderly people. I don't rob people. I don't steal. I don't rape women. I don't murder people. I don't do anything criminal at all, bro. That's against the law. Because again, I'm like, been alive for a long time. I think if I was any of those nasty, horrible things to be afraid of, that I would have done that a long time ago, no? I don't think I'd want to be a security guard, which your main purpose of being a security guard is to be bondable and trustworthy and to want to protect people and protect property from people like thieves and people stealing and try to interact with homeless drug addict people as a security guard in a civil, polite way and try to treat them like a human, which is what I did all the time, by the way. I've been a security guard for 8 years. So all these people around this neighborhood trying to bully me and rat me out today to my super and get me in trouble and get me evicted and make me live in a snowbank has something coming to them one day. Because now I'm going to make videos every day on YouTube and I'm going to document that I don't bother anybody around here. And I'm going to wear a video camera on my chest when I walk outside. So if any of these weird people around here come up and try to bother me, I'm going to videotape them. And that's how I'm going to live every day. And that's how I have to live, bro. Because people are scared of me, I guess, and they think I'm going to get them. Which, like I said, I have no history of getting anybody, and for me to bother somebody else with a little kid is, like, kind of laughable, bro. Get what I'm saying? Why would I do something to somebody with a little kid, bro? And if someone says I'm yelling in here and being weird and crazy right now, people can rewatch this video back. I've not yelled one time in here. I'm talking a normal tone of voice. I have a loud, deep voice. When I talk, right? This is how I talk. My normal talking voice. I swear to God, bro. So it's deep, get it? Sometimes when I watch my videos after and I try to watch the video that I made, the voice, it mumbles. It's like it mumbles out from how deep my voice is. So yeah, maybe someone could misinterpret it that I'm yelling. Earlier I was definitely yelling. But now I have this feeling that that's not the end of it. Like the super talking to me. Now something else is going to happen. So again, how's that right, bro? So after half a year of people tormenting me living up there and they got evicted and they're weird as hell. And now I just got in trouble. Because somebody's kid heard me say the F word and I was growling and barking too loud. And screaming and trying to throat sing and all this other weird stuff I was doing on camera. Because you can remix sounds within, like, for 5 seconds. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Every one of my live streams, bro, I have so many videos that who knows, maybe one day I won't go watch this live stream that I made where I'm growling and acting like a maniac and remix the sound, bro. Because like I said, a shorts video on YouTube is only 5 seconds. So if I make a live stream for like an hour and I'm making mass different sounds in it where I'm like going blah and like howling and all this stuff that I did earlier, then obviously I could remix a lot of 5 second videos out of that, correct? That's a lot of content. Because like I said, I'm a content creator on YouTube. And if those people didn't know that about me, Wendy should have told them that because I explained that to her earlier that I was making a video on YouTube. And that I lost my temper. And I didn't explain it to her correctly that I lost my temper. So I saw that as a perfect opportunity to record myself raging out because some people like to watch that kind of content. Get it? It's educational. It shows you how stupid you look when you're mad. But now I was explained to you that, yo, don't act mad in your own apartment, bro. You're a grown man. Don't act that way, bro. Get what I'm saying? Do you know I've watched videos where the police go respond to an apartment and there's some crazy lady in there by herself. Nobody's in the apartment. She's in there by herself with a Bible and yelling at the top of her lungs, Jesus, praise the Lord, and all this stuff, and they can't really do nothing. And then eventually they went in there and talked to her, and they're like, why are you yelling like that? She's like, I'm praying. I pray that way. And they told her not to do that no more. You know what I'm saying? So today's the same situation, bro. I was making a video and they took it as I'm directing it towards them. It's like, no, I was taking the weird sounds you're making as an opportunity for me to document that you're doing that to me, for one. And then me to make weird ass sounds as an opportunity to make YouTube shorts. Okay? And as an opportunity to let some of my anger out. And as an opportunity to act at the same time. And blah, 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 blah. Get it? Why do I have to explain this to anybody? Get it? I shouldn't have to explain this to nobody. This is my life, bro. I shouldn't have to defend myself in this way because I act weird or something on camera. I shouldn't have to be like, oh my God, man, I'm not a mental person. Don't think that about me. I was acting on camera, bro. Do you know in high school I took sound and video class in the last year of high school? I took acting class. So I was pretty sure if I'm a grown man, am I not allowed to act, bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm allowed to be an actor, right? Even if I'm not in a movie yet. I can do whatever I want to do in real life, correct? I literally got in trouble today in the apartment I live in for acting, man. Because I'm too good at it, I guess. I scared everybody. The neighbor made the super come knock on my door and she said, you're scared everybody. You're growling and howling and acting out of control. And blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, so what? They're stomping on me, bro. You guys can watch my live stream. YouTube keeps friggin' age restricting yellow freaking striking me for the vulgar words I use. Anyway. Yeah, does anybody know what a yellow strike means on your video? Is that because I didn't age restrict it properly? Because YouTube literally does not like the way I've been acting on some of my videos, but it's like, it's acting, bro. When did expression of like acting a certain way become like wrong, bro? Uh-oh. I think some dog just got hurt. You hear that dog? Is he getting hurt by some dog out there? Oh my God, this place, bro. You can clearly hear all those sounds of dogs barking, right? So I got in trouble for barking in here and howling. Like, how stupid is that? I have 2 furry masks. I'm not a furry, bro. I can explain the total truth, bro. Like, I can make an hour live stream, make mass different weird noises, and make a 5-second shorts video with that sound 5 years later. I can download all my content. Okay, I don't need the neighbor judging me because I acted weird, bro. And because she has a kid in kindergarten and I said the F word, she's mad at me. It's just stupid, man. So now I'm not making videos here like that no more. I really hope someone's dog didn't bite that chihuahua because I like those dogs. Felcor, that's your little buddy who's barking. I recognize his bark. You heard him barking too, huh? Your little chihuahua buddy? You look sad. Here, come here. Stand up with daddy. We're gonna go outside in a minute. Okay? I'll take you outside in a minute. I haven't taken you out there forever because it's so cold out. I've been making you stuck inside like a little freaking. Oh, you're just stuck in here, eh, little one? I'm freaking camera shy on live stream. And yeah, I'm just making these two to show, like, I've been making this, it's 56 minutes now. I'm showing all the banging dumb sounds I hear all everywhere compared to the banging sounds I make on people. And all the dogs barking. And all the stupid fucking crap, bro. Fudging. Stupid fudging stuff. And I'll vouch for the person next door that I'm not mad at them at all. I like that person. I scared that lady yesterday because I went outside. This isn't funny, but it is kind of. Because my internet don't work. Okay, listen, man. This person's running on my head right now. Watch, listen. You know what I mean? Okay, the kid's like running and screaming, going, yeah. It's okay, bro. You think like if someone yelled earlier and you ratted on him and you said, well, that guy's crazy. Listen to this crap above my head, bro. The super ain't getting away with letting them do this to me. Do you hear this stuff, man? I'm gonna get the police to come stand in here, bro. And I'm gonna say I got in trouble earlier and told not to yell in here and not to scare them anymore, and she lets her kid act that way the same day on my head, bro. But this is cool, though. Like, do these people not realize I have a video camera and I'm videotaping this right now? Does it not matter to people? Like, is this not evidence for if I go give this to the police? Are the police going to tell me that's normal for someone to say, well, he scared me earlier. He was scaring me and my kid, and then they let their kid run around on my head again. So how are you scared of me? Does that make sense? This person told the super they're scared of me, and their kid's running around acting nuts on my head. I could hear a kid going, laughing in my apartment downstairs. How am I wrong, bro? I was trying to leave them alone. They're obviously not, don't care. Does she not think I'm videotaping this and I'm going to give it to other people? Listen to her kid running on my head, bro. And the super said, well, her kid's in kindergarten. It's not her fault. Okay, well, I'm going to ask the Landlord-Tenant Act if that's normal. And I'm going to ask a lawyer. Like, this is bullcrap, man. And like, you know my cousin, Joey? He was my blood cousin. He was my youngest blood cousin. He overdosed on fentanyl and crystal meth. A day after this event where I ran at Market Square, I had this event promoting kindness. And I got the Ghost of Maiden guy. He has a YouTube channel. His name's Ghost of Maiden. I ran at Market Square and I promoted kindness, this show. That's why I have these animatronics. I was going to like jump scare people, and Ghost of Maiden was playing live music, doing a live stream. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to pay him $100, and I give him an Iron Maiden mask. And no one came to my event, and I lost a bunch of money. That's why I have all this Halloween stuff. And I never ever rented that place again. I wanted to rent it once a month, but I didn't do it again. So how is someone going to say they're scared of me? Like, man. You get what I'm saying? How can you be like, I'm scared of that guy, he was scaring us, and then just let your kid just run on my head again the same day that you said you're scared of me. That's what I'm saying. It's like a lie, bro. You wouldn't do that if you're genuinely scared of somebody. You'd probably be terrified to make a sound or something, bro. Is that supposed to make me yell again right now? Like they're running on my head? Because I'm never yelling again. I swear to God on my life. And I believe in God more than anything, by the way. Just like I said a second ago, I believe that kindness is the true Lord of life. And if some other person said they're scared of me and blah, 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 and all this stuff, and then the same day their kid's making noises and stomping on my head, I just videotaped it on this camera. You're going to hear it later when I watch this. I'm going to remix it. Is that supposed to make me yell? Am I supposed to have a reaction now and start howling and barking at the moon again like a weirdo? Because it's never happening again. That was a one-time event thing that happened. Now the next thing to happen is I just turn my camera on like right now and talk to my YouTube audience and hold my little dog, right? And then everybody gets to hear all the stupid little noises that I listen to all day. And then 30 days from now, I'm going to give it to the lawyer and the landlord-tenant people. And then someone's going to pay for me to move out of here. And I'm going to base it off the fact that I'm being harassed and bullied by other grown adults, and I don't feel safe anymore. And I feel like people are going to lie about me to the police and the superintendent and get me in trouble and ruin my life and literally get me to lose my security guard license. Playing little stupid games with me, bro. So that's what I'm saying. That's the whole point of this video. I'm just going to keep making these videos. And I'm also going to say my grandfather was in the Canadian military his entire life. My mother was born on a military base. Or no, sorry. My mother was born in, where the hell was she born? I don't even know. New Brunswick. And then they moved to Nova Scotia. Sorry. So she was born and then they moved to Nova Scotia on a military base. And then they lived there. And then they moved to Niagara Falls later on in life or whatever. And then I was born in Niagara Falls. So basically, I've lived in this city my entire life, bro. This apartment building I'm in right now, I used to come to this apartment building when I was like 16 years old and my friends lived here. And I would party in this building. Maybe even in the same apartment they're in. It was on the second floor. I used to like go on the apartment up the street. I had friends that lived up there. My parents owned a townhouse near the store. My father owns a house worth $1 million. He has a giant backyard. He has mass money, bro. Blah, blah, blah. He doesn't give me $5 ever. See, no one knows anything about me. They're just going to sit here and say, well, he yelled at us. He's crazy, bro. Like, what are they all talking about? Do you know I worked at the Rainforest Cafe? Do you know I worked at Burger King on Clifton Hill when I was like 15 years old? I worked at Rooster's Diner as a dishwasher when I was 14. Do you know I had 2 paper routes when I was like 12? Yeah. Then I worked for Bob Gale, the Gale Center. I've worked for Gale's pumping gas 4 times in my life. I've worked for Bob Gale as a security guard for Cantac at the Bob Gale Center. With the mayor of Niagara Falls walking around the track upstairs, I had to walk behind them to make sure no one tried to talk to them. I've done security at Shaver Hospital for all the nurses in the nurses union and all the elderly people who live there. I was a security guard there for 6 months. I did security at Brock University for the Water Festival. I did security for all the Leon's 10 event sales. I did security for the Brick, where Niagara Square is. They had this tent sale there. I had to sit in the tent and do security guard work. I did security guard work at Great Wolf Lodge. Then I did security guard work at Great Wolf Lodge when they built all the cabins there. So when they built all the brand new cabins at Great Wolf Lodge, out of all the guards for Cantac, I'm the one that got picked to go there and sit in brand new log cabin at nighttime by myself in peace for 8 to 10 hours with no one bothering me and make sure no one's going to break into the log cabins because I'm such a weirdo, bro. I did security guard work at the St. Catharines parking garage for a year straight. I did work there for the midnight shift. I did work there for the morning shift. I did work there for the afternoon shift. I did double shifts at the parking garage in St. Catharines. Then I did security guard work at the Carlisle Street Garage in St. Catharines for a year. I worked morning shifts there. I worked day shifts there. I worked night shifts there. Then I did event work for the Performing Arts Center, selling tickets. Where in the park, I'm staying out in the wintertime for the Performing Arts Center in St. Catharines doing security guard, and I'm selling tickets for $5 each to people. And they're parking their car, and I'm giving them a ticket, $5, $5. And then when I sell out all the tickets for the Performing Arts Center or whatever, and then I bring the money back to the booth, and they cash me out, and that was my job, bro. And blah blah blah. Then I did security guard work for Happy Ralph's Petting Zoo for like not very long, but I did it there. I did security guard work. Where else did I do shit? I know there's other places. And these people are telling me they're scared of me, bro. Telling my super that about me. I'm scared of that guy. He's crazy. Just remember that. I did security guard work at a retirement home hospital where elderly people and disabled people live for 6 months, bro. I didn't have one right up there. I didn't have nothing where I did anything or hurt anybody or did nothing like that, bro. Oh, and I forgot. I did security at the hydro station in St. Catharines. It's a power generating station. All by my lonesome. No one holding my hand. That's the last contract I just did before I got laid off. Oh, and I almost forgot. Every year for the last 4 years, and the 5th year before that, the pools, I was doing the pools in Welland. I would do security guard work at the pool at nighttime. Then when I did all the pools in Niagara Falls, I was doing the pool near behind St. Paul High School. There's a big park there, and I did security guard work there. And then I had to drive from that park to the Lions Club. And then I had to do security guard work at the Lions Club Park at nighttime and tell people no trespassing. There's a bylaw. This was a long time ago. I used to have to enforce that. Then I did security guard work at Arad Street, Prince Charles Park. I did security guard at the other pool, Valleyway FH Leslie Pool. Then the one year these people burned the kids' playground, I lost my contract. That's been since I've been living here. I lost my contract because some idiot burned the park and they didn't need me to do security guard work there because the thing was all burned. I'm just making this to prove about my character. When people are saying they're scared of me, to my superintendent, I take that seriously because now I don't know if that person's ever gonna lie about me and like call the cops on me and say stuff about me. And if I get in trouble with the police, I lose my security guard license, which I've been doing security guard work for 8 years. So I didn't plan on losing my license, bro. And before security guard, I drove taxi because my stepfather was friends with the owner of this small cab company called Elite Taxi, and we would drive disabled people, and I drove a wheelchair van. And people are talking about my character. I'm making this video to prove a point that I'm not going to be a threat to anybody in the universe, bro. So literally, I worked for Elite Taxi. I worked 12-hour cab shifts. I did that job for a couple years. I would get people from the Fallsview Casino. I drove all over the place. I would drive people like all the way to Toronto, Windsor, Kitchener, all over, bro. I would drive people to the Sundowner, back to the casino. I drove people from the Casino Niagara out of town, all over the place. I never hurt anybody. I never threatened anybody. I never had the cops called on me about threatening people my whole life, bro. And since I moved to this building, I've had so many weird things happening to me that people just literally are doing things to me when they have no right to even be interacting with me, for one. I'm not their friends. And then people just trying to get me in trouble, bro, like we're in high school. And I'm a grown man, and it's a little annoying by now, bro. It's like, what is wrong with these people? Have brain melt, bro, where their brain just melted out of their head? That's what I feel like. I feel like people's brain melted out of their head, bro. Like they're judgmental, assuming stuff about what I'm doing in my own apartment, bro. Because they could hear me. And then when I tell her, well, I think they're directing sounds on me on purpose, Wendy. I think she's deliberately letting her kid run on my head on purpose, Wendy. I think they're deliberately dropping a nickel or something all the time on my head, Wendy. I think they were doing this with their nail on the floor the one day, Wendy. And she just says, well, that's a little kid up there and she's in kindergarten and it's not that lady's fault. Like, what are you talking about? Does anybody see my point of view, bro? That makes no sense. So literally, if someone says something about me, then that's the truth, and then when I say something about them, it doesn't matter. I get it. Why don't we take a lie detector test? We'll both go to the Niagara Regional Police Station, okay? And she can get hooked up and say whether she's deliberately bugging me or not. And if she passes, I'll leave her alone. And I'll take a lie detector test, and they can ask me if I'm deliberately starting problems with people. Okay, when we go to the Niagara Regional Police Station and my neighbor takes a lie detector test with me, they can ask her, "Are you bugging him on purpose?" And then if she passes all these questions, I'll leave her alone. Because she complained to the super about me, and now I'm mad. And I'll take a test and say, I don't want anything to do with them, bro. I'm not scaring anybody. I wasn't trying to scare anybody. I'll take a lie detector test why I yelled in here. I was making a YouTube video. YouTube video. Would anybody like to see my YouTube channel to see I'm not a liar, bro? I had a YouTube channel as soon as YouTube opened, by the way. See, people know nothing, bro. I had a YouTube channel in 2012 or something, 2010. I don't even remember, maybe even before that. Whenever YouTube started, okay? When did YouTube start, bro? I don't remember. I was on YouTube when YouTube had 100 subscribers to YouTube. No channels on YouTube, know your own channel and all that stuff. I was on YouTube when there was no channels yet. Get it? I was like subscribed and telling my friends, you go on YouTube? They're like, what's YouTube? What are you talking about? What is YouTube? So if people are going to try to say you're not an actor, bro, I've been going on YouTube, like I said, and YouTube had 100 subscribers on it and no channels yet. That's when I joined YouTube. Then my last channel on YouTube, it only has 47 subscribers. It's called like Slim Pickens World Channel. It's mass old. That channel has mass videos on it. I didn't make no money from it because, like I said, I got invalid click activity on that channel. And then YouTube canceled my monetization. So I've been making YouTube videos for a long time. And when my mom had this house around the corner, I have a YouTube video on there where I was like fake, like I was getting shot by somebody and all this stupid crap with a fake gun. And I wore this mask and I'm like, blah. So it's not like this is something new, bro, for me to act strange and make strange noises. And like I said, when I was a little kid, if you look at my Adam's apple, right? My Adam's apple's huge, right? So when I was a kid and even when I drove taxi older, people would tell me all the time, why don't you take vocal singing lessons? You can sing, you have a nice voice. And if someone trained you how to sing, you'd be able to make money from it. And then one time in my cab, this Asian vocal teacher from Toronto, and I drove her home or whatever, she was telling me I should take singing lessons, and I never did. So for someone to say I'm just yelling in here for no reason, bro, I was making a video, and I'm going to keep stressing it 100,000 times on this camera. I should be able to express myself artistically in any way I want to, as long as I'm not hurting anyone else, and as long as I'm not threatening people in the real world, bro. It's like anything in the world, bro. If I was an actor and I had to rehearse for a part, I'd have to be in here acting a certain way to rehearse to go to be in the movie, bro. So literally that lady complaining earlier and saying they're scared of me. Now I'm scared to even make a video in here. Honestly. Like I had an AI camera and I was going to use these and make AI videos and add sounds to them. Because I have all these stupid animatronics in here. So that's all. Like those people took that the totally wrong way, bro. And honestly, when I was yelling and screaming in here, I thought people might be able to hear me like a little bit, like a faint, like yelling. But I thought they would assume that I'm just like making a YouTube video. And I didn't really think people could clearly hear me howling like a freaking maniac and scaring them to death, bro. Because I can clearly hear their kids stomping on me, on my head, and making my dog shake and almost have a heart attack. Is that important to anybody in the normal civilized universe? That my little dog weighs 10 pounds and I paid $800 for her, and she's a Maltese Pomeranian, Pomeranian, high-strung anxiety problem dog, and the vet already told me she has issues, bro. So every little sound, the dog gets scared sometimes. And the Ukrainian people last time, they scared my dog so bad that I was in the washroom. When I came out, she was hiding under the box spring. And I couldn't get her to come out. And I couldn't get her. And I was scared where she was. I couldn't find her. Because I had like garbage bags under my box spring. Because there's like a sharp piece of metal under there. And I have my pond on top of it. I don't use it as a bed. And when my dog went under there, I thought she had climbed into a garbage bag. So I was here crying, bro. And it took me like an hour to get my dog out from under there. Because it's covered in like art rocks and like a bunch of heavy things, okay? So that's why I don't want my dog going under it, get it? Because there's a sharp metal thing, like I said, and because of garbage bags, and because I don't want her under a box spring with mass rocks on it that weighs probably like 300 pounds in case it breaks. That's what the other people did. They scared my dog under that thing, bro. It's like a daily occurrence for a while. And that's why I have the cage like this. So if anybody's wondering why I have a weird cage going around like my living room, like see this cage? Because my dog will hide under the box spring when she hears noises. Not because of the other people, but because like that's just how it is. Just hides all the time on things. And then when I take her outside, because one day I took her for a walk, and across the street, this man had this giant Great Dane. There's this big Great Dane dog. He's walking with this little boy, and they're on the opposite street of me. And I was walking with my dog with earphones on, and this man's Great Dane got away from the harness and ran all the way across the road at us, bro. And by the time I looked, because I had earphones in, the thing was a foot away from me, and its mouth was already open like this, going at my dog's neck. And my dog's like, and I like grab her right away. And the thing like barely missed her neck. And then when I pick her up, it slid it slid like this, came back around, tried to get her again. It hit my arm. I dropped my dog. And then it tried to bite her. I pick her up again, and then it bit me on my wrist. I had like a bruise on my wrist from that. And then right after that, the guy finally got across the road, and he tackled and laid on his dog. And my dog literally was yelping for a minute straight, bro. She was like, yar, yar, yar. Like after I picked her up, she kept going, yar, 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 like really loud. And I was like, oh my God, you know what I mean? I thought the dog had bit her somewhere. And I didn't even realize his dog had bit me at that point on my wrist. I couldn't feel it or nothing. And then I looked at my dog, and I'm like, no, she didn't bite my dog anywhere. And then I didn't even do nothing about it. And then later, like when I got home, my wrist hurt, and the next day I had a bruise on my wrist. Because the dog literally bit my wrist, bro. And ever since that, my dog barks at dogs out there. She's scared. When she's pooping, she'll keep doing circles, you know, because she's scared. Ever since that dog tried to bite her like that. And then before, when I lived in here, I had a Chihuahua. She passed away in this apartment. I have her ashes in here. I had that dog for a long time. I spent $8,000 on surgeries, like, to save her all the time. She was a rescue dog. I had to get surgery once on her teeth because her teeth were all screwed up from people abusing her before I got her. And they took all her teeth out. She had one tooth in her mouth. It was so sad, bro. She had to get surgery on her stomach once. She got surgery on her butthole. And all those surgeries cost me like $8,000. And then one day I let my dog out here, and I walked next door, and she was next door at this retirement home, like 50 feet away from me. And I'm like, Roxy, come. And then she comes like running up or whatever, and then the dog was staying in front of me, and it just fell over sideways, bro. And I was just like, what the hell? And then my dog just started like having a seizure. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And like she wasn't breathing. And I started shaking her, and I started pushing on her chest, and then all of a sudden my dog's like, and it like sat up or whatever, and it was just like nothing happened, man. I'm like, what the hell? Like, so then I just take my dog and I pick her up, and I was bawling my eyes out by that point, bro, because like I had to shake her for like a minute straight before she did that thing and woke up. And then I picked her up and I brought her in here, and I called my mom instantly. And I'm like, Mom, I think my dog just had a heart attack, because it was like really late at night. and nothing was open. There's only like an emergency clinic, and it's near Brock University. So I'm like, Mom, come get me, come get me. I gotta take her there. I gotta take her there. And my mom would not come here right away. And I called Niagara Falls Taxi, and they're like, no, you can't bring your dog in my taxi. And then all of a sudden, my dog like had a heart attack or something again in this apartment after she did that outside. And I called my mom again, and I'm like, I need to go to the emergency. So by the time my mom got here, my dog had passed away. And it like really hurt my feelings a lot. And then I got mass sad for half a year. Like even after I bought this dog right away. And then I was just sad for a long time, man. So it's not like I'm just mean for no reason, bro. It's like I don't want nobody bothering me, bro. I'm going through a lot of crap, bro. And I said earlier in this video, my cousin Joey is my youngest blood cousin. He's my mother's sister's son. And he like overdosed on fentanyl and crystal meth or something. It was either the day of that event I was talking about that I did to promote kindness at Market Square. He died either on May 17th or May 18th. So literally they found my cousin the day after this event I did that it was like a failed event. I lost thousands of dollars. And the very next day my mom's like, your cousin overdosed on drugs and he's gone. So I've been through a lot of stuff this year, man. Like May's not that long ago. And my cousin, I saved him 4 times in his life. He was a drug addict, bro. And I let him live in my like house with me like 4 different times in his life. He was a screw up. So it's not like I'm a mean person where I want to just like hurt people, bro. And like yeah, when I was yelling and screaming here earlier, like the super explained to me that like the lady has a little daughter in kindergarten. I did not know that, honest to God, bro. I wouldn't be in here like swearing like that, bro. That's why I'm not swearing in this video loud and stuff because they like the super told me not to act that way. So I'm a very respectful person, bro. I'm not gonna act like that no more. And the word bro is so annoying. You know what I'm saying? I like to make these rant videos and I watch them later and I like to see what I sound like and then I'd like to change things about myself. What else do I really have in the world besides myself, bro? I don't judge nobody. I don't judge nobody based on their skin tone, their ethnicity, like what kind of their sexual preferences. I don't judge people that way. I don't judge people if they look funny. If they wear a funny hat, I'm not going to make fun of them. I don't judge people if they listen to music I don't like. Get what I'm saying, bro? I do not judge anybody. So, like, when someone's, like, saying I scared them, it hurts my feelings, dude. I'm just being honest and genuine for once. Like, and if I scared a little kid, like, that hurts my feelings, too. Because I have 7 nephew and nieces. And I've never yelled at one of my nephew and nieces, and I would never want to scare one of them. Like, most of them are grown up now. Like, a couple of my nephews have their own babies and kids, bro. So it's not like I'm out to start trouble with people. I'm an uncle to people. I have a family that cares about me. Obviously, like, you know what I mean? I just went through a lot of crap this year and I haven't been myself and I'm laid off. And since COVID-19, my work has been not giving me enough hours as before, like they were a long time ago. And I've been being pressured to quit this job by my family and to get a different job, and I don't really want to do it because my boss said we got the convention center in Niagara Falls, this contract. I've wanted it for 5 years, man. And it's on Stanley Avenue. And it's this giant friggin' convention center. And my boss told me it was full time, so she's probably lying to me. So again, that's stressing me out. I got laid off in December. My boss informed me that it would be 2 to 3 weeks at the most that I'll be laid off for. Then that turned into longer. And then she told me, yeah, we got the contract at the convention center. We need up to 50 guards to be there. It's full time. I'm waiting for the start date. It's going to start in January. January's come and gone, bro. So I emailed this lady, my boss, like 3 times now. And she keeps just telling me, well, that's starting in February now, near the end of February. So I don't know if she means like Valentine's Day. Like to me, like if it's a convention center, why wouldn't they have an event on Valentine's Day, bro? So now my point is, well, I'm not working by Valentine's Day. I'm gonna go to that stupid place and see if there's Cantex security guards there. And I'm gonna be pissed off because my boss literally keeps lying to me, dude. You know what happened in my last contract? I've been doing this hydro contract for 4 years in a row. So it's this hydro generating station in St. Catharines. And every year, the fishermen come there and the salmon spawn. So the salmon, they come up and they like to go near the hydro station. So all these fishermen, there's a no-go zone right there that's fenced off. They're not allowed in that area. So that's literally the purpose of my job, is to go there. And when fishermen are in that area, I'm supposed to tell them, get out of the area. Don't be in there. I have to call the Ministry of Game and Fish on you. Like the Minister of Wildlife guy, because the building's right there. Like right by where I work and right by where they're fishing, there's a Ministry of Game and Life or whatever it's called. So that was my job there. So anyway, I go to my job and I start doing it. It was Monday to Friday, full time, the same thing it's been every year. And it's supposed to go from October. It's supposed to go October, November until like Christmas. That was supposed to be my hydro contract for the hydro company, for all the salmon fishermen. So I only worked there like not even a month, and then my boss was like, well, they're canceling the contract. So then what happens is this other elderly guard ends up doing my job there. He's still working, get this? She told me the contract ended, but then he's still working for 2 months, bro. So I lost 2 months of work because of that lady. You know what she did to me? Near the end, she's like, oh, well, you can work the weekends now there. So then she ends up sending me back there again, and then I was working double shifts when I told her a long time ago I don't want to work double shifts because my dog's here, and it's so far away that I don't want to leave my dog alone for that long. Because there's travel time going back and forth to work as well, on top of working 12 hours. Because I used to do that to my other dogs. I had 2 jobs, and my one shift was 7 hours, and my other shift was 6 hours. 5 to 6 hours basically, because it was at Marineland. I would try to get it knocked down to 5 hours if I'd go fast. But normally it was 6 hours. And then some days if a ride was broken and I'd have to break people, I would lose 45 minutes of my shift that day. That's how my shift worked at Marineland. I would literally go there and I'd break all the rides operators, and then once the breaks were done, I would go home. And the problem with that dumb job is that the people I was breaking, they knew I had another job as a security guard. So I should have never told these people this, okay? Because they literally used this against me because a lot of them were weird. And then what they did was they would deliberately take longer on their breaks. And the one ride guy that liked me told me that in the mornings, that when certain people work together at Marineland, in the morning before I get there, because they started before me, they would have a powwow about me and talk about me, what they're going to do to me that day to bug me. And this guy would always tell me, and then they didn't know he was telling me this, and I did it all summer. I never said nothing to them the whole summer. Like, I knew they were bugging me on purpose the whole time, and I just acted like I didn't know nothing, right? So anyway, a couple of them tried to fist fight me a couple times, and like, yeah, a whole bunch of weird stuff there. And I never ever got in trouble. And like, the supervisor loved me to death. He thought it was funny. And just, I had so many stories about that place, bro, like the rides people there. It was just stupid. Because Marineland was going under, you know? It was gonna, like, they weren't making money no more. Nobody's even going in there, really. So basically all day when I'd go break people, sometimes I would not even turn the ride on for anybody. Because Marineland was so dead that I would break the rides operator, and he'd go for a break for 15 minutes. And then nobody would even come to my ride. And then when he would come back, that would be the end of what I did. So I was literally just walking around from one ride to another one and not doing nothing. But then all the rides guys had to make it worse, you know, by being jerks and taking 10 minutes longer. So if you times that by 5 people, there's 50 extra minutes I'm at work, okay? And then the next breaks are 30-minute breaks. Then they do it to me on those breaks where they take 40 minutes times 5 people. So then I'm at my job again for an extra like hour and a half or 2 hours, okay? And all these rise operators knew that I had another job as a security guard, and I had to go from Marineland back to my apartment, hang out with my dog for 2 or 3 hours, and I had it balanced that way to eat my like dinner and hang out with my dog and then go to my other job. So that way my dog wasn't being neglected by me, you know? Because literally it was only a seasonal job and I only had to do that to get extra money to boost my unemployment money for the winter time. So that way when I have gaps in between my Cantech contracts, because there's always like a month gap, that the money I'd get from unemployment would make up for that because I'd have two jobs. It'd be more unemployment money. So it wouldn't really matter, you know what I'm saying? I'd be getting like $3,000 a month unemployment instead of getting like jack crap like I'm getting right now. So nobody knows that. That's why I'm stressed out, bro. I didn't think they'd sell Marineland. I only worked there for 2 years. So Marineland was there before I was even born, bro. So that really like pissed me off, you know. They sold Marineland. I was like, well, frig. So that's all the things that happened in this. Like, well, Marineland closed a while ago now, but all the things this year happened after that crap happened. So it's like the last 2 years it's just been crap, bro. And then before that crap was that COVID crap, right? Where I lost like my job and my whole life. I lost my World Gym Pass because of COVID. Then I went back to World Gym after that, and then they were making me wear a mask. And then they closed the gym again. And then I got mad, and then they were charging me like a gym pass, and I didn't want to pay them. And I kept telling them, like, why do I want to pay you the World Gym monthly fee when I can't go to the gym because the gym's closed because of COVID, bro? Get what I'm saying? They wanted me to pay them. Like, pay us your monthly fee, but World Gym's closed because of COVID. So literally, COVID ruined my World Gym Pass, bro. And like that stupid gym, it took me forever to deadlift 3 plates because I'm skinny. And I was proud of myself that I got 3 plates. And then I got up to 4 plates. And I don't have any of this on camera, bro, but I could deadlift 4 plates. And then World Gym would get mad at me because I would go up to the squat bar and I put like, I should have never done this. Don't anybody ever do this. I'm an idiot, but I'd put like 6 or 7 plates on each side of it, like the big 45-pound plates. And I would just lift it up off the thing on my neck and hold it there. So I'd only do it in a way like I would lift it up and then I would have it so it's still with the guard under, you know what I'm saying? And then I would just like go up on my calves and move my body a little bit. But then the one time I did it, I almost did it too far and I felt like I was going to snap my spine in half. And then the lady that worked there got mad. And she's like, the bar's bending, don't do that. And she's like, that's just being ego stupid. But I was doing it to make my squats like be able to be easier. And I told the lady that. I'm like, it makes it easier for me to squat after because then I put light weight on it because I was holding that heavy mass load on my back, right? So I do it like 3 times where I lift it off the thing. And the lady did not like that, you know? And it was helping me deadlift more and it was actually making me stronger. And I don't care what that lady says, it was helping my nervous system. And I would tell her that. I'm like, it's helping my nervous system, like with heavy weight. I'm getting used to it. And she's like, well, if your body gives out, you're going to get hurt. And I'm like, no, but I'm standing with the guard under it still. And the lady at the World Gym still was mad at me, bro. So yeah, I guess if you go to World Gym, don't ever put 6 plates on the squat bar and lift it up where the guard's still under it to try to improve your core strength. Because some people say it's dangerous. How's that dangerous, dude? Even if my back breaks, it's going to land on the guard part. And I would do it with like the thing on the bar. Obviously, I'd hurt my neck. But like, yeah, I don't suggest doing that to anybody. But the only reason I did that is because I worked out for 20 years, bro. I was working out when I was in high school. It's not like I just started working out and I'm like, yo, I'm going to go put 7 plates of weight on my neck, bro, and I'm a skinny little toothpick person. No, I've been working out for 20 years, bro. Like on and off, over and over again. It's called muscle memory. So when you're a World Gym and I was doing this heavy weight lift, which is just stupid anyway, but anyway, it improves your core, like your nervous system, your core strength, lifting up a lot of weight. Just lifting it up off the thing and holding it there on your neck, bro. And you take all the plates off, right? And then you put maybe one plate on each side and you do squats. You're obviously going to squat that like nothing, dude. So that's why I was trying to explain to the lady at World Gym, like, why get mad at me? It's my body, bro. It's my neck to break, my back to break. And like I said, I would never lift something like that on my neck if I didn't lift weights for 20 years. I used to be a landscaper. I worked for like hours and hours with sledgehammers. I used to cut trees down. I used to throw logs around. I used to do all this stuff, bro. It's like my body's pretty strong, bro. I'm not just gonna do that, right? And this lady's like treating me like I'm some friggin' dude that just went to World Gym for a year and I'm gonna lift weight on my neck and break my neck off. Isn't that kind of a similar story to the person saying I scared them earlier and I'm yelling at them when I was making a video that had nothing to do with them? It's all the same, bro. The girl at World Gym should not say a word to me about lifting weight and leave me alone. Does it make sense? I paid a membership fee there. They never told me when I paid a membership fee there that, yo, bro, you're not allowed to put 6 or 7 45-pound plates on each side of the bar because the bar might snap in half or you might hurt your neck. They didn't tell me that. Maybe it's in the fine print of the contract I signed, but I've seen people in World Gym deadlifting 6 plates. So what's the difference if they can deadlift 6 plates and there's this big muscle steroid head, and I want to put 6 plates on a squat bar and just lift it up off of the guide thing to prove that I can hold that much weight on my neck, to prove that I'm strong enough to do that. That's literally what I wanted to do it for. I wanted to prove that I could hold that much weight on my neck because I've been working on my neck for a year straight. I was doing shrugs. I started doing shrugs at World Gym, and I was only shrugging 50-pound dumbbells, and I was doing it 25 times with each arm. And I was really focusing on my neck, like my neck muscles, because I feel like I'm real skinny. So to this day, if I go like put my arms up, I have these big balls right there, and they're hard as rock. My neck's been like that since I was 19 years old, bro. When I was 19 years old, I had muscles like a mofo, bro. Because I was a landscaper, and I had like I would work out all the time and go to work and swing around a weed whacker for like 8 hours straight. And I'd work out at a gym and stuff, and I was big. And blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like a skinny big, like just pure muscle, like no fat on me. No steroids, never did steroids in my whole life. So when I'm going to World Gym and I started with the 50-pound dumbbells, eventually I was holding 100-pound dumbbells. So after 1 year, I was doing 100-pound dumbbells like 15 times, like shrugs, which is like pretty heavy, bro. And I started deadlifting there. I was doing 2 plates on each side. And then all of a sudden that got light. And then I put three plates. And then that I could barely do. And the only time I ever did 4 plates on each side was straps on my hands. Because I can't grip strength it hard enough to hold it. But I mean, for someone my size to deadlift 4 plates on each, 4 plates is good. I can never do that now. I haven't been to World Gym since the end of that stupid COVID crap. I could easily deadlift 2 plates. That'd be easy. That's only 200 and something pounds. Right? So 45 times 2. How much is 2 plates on a bar? That's like 180 and then plus 45 pounds. 225. So yeah, deadlifting 225 is light. So 3 plates is 305 or 315. So yeah, 4 plates is 405, I think. Yeah, 3 plates is 315 pounds. So I had to go to World Gym for over a year to be able to deadlift 3 plates. When I first started deadlifting, I remember it's funny. I tried to do 3 plates. It was like I couldn't even lift it off the ground at all, bro. And then after 6 months of deadlifting, I kept trying to do 3 plates. And I would get it off the ground a bit, and it would always, my one finger, like these fingers, they're skinny. My finger would give out on my one left hand, and then I'd have to drop the thing. And I'm like, I can't do it yet. And then everyone kept telling me get straps or whatever, do deadlifts with straps. And I'm like, no, I want to do it by holding it. And then I started doing other exercises for my grip strength, and then eventually I could do 315. And then I got to be able to do 315 twice. And then the one time I did 315 three times, and then I almost dropped it on my kneecap, and then I'm like, I'm not doing that ever again. And then I got straps or whatever, and then I did it with the straps on, and it was way easier, and I'm like, wow, that's like way different. And then it took a lot longer and a lot longer, and then I could finally do 4 plates. And I only ever did that once, and I hurt my back. Because I never wore a belt when I did deadlifting. I never wore a belt when I did squats. I never wore a belt at the gym at all. And every time I put one of those stupid weight belts on, it hurt my friggin' back, man. I don't know, I didn't like it. It would dig into my sides and stuff. And people only wear a belt because the amount of force on your nervous system. Obviously. You can feel it like pushing out, man. If you're doing like a heavy weight, like a deadlift or a squat, you can like hurt yourself bad, bro, if you're not careful. You're almost better off just deadlifting a medium range weight like a bunch of times or something. Like per set. Instead of trying to do like a giant amount of weight like 2 times or once. Make your freaking anal hole blow out. Anyway. I'm gonna end this thing soon, man. I made enough ranting video today. YouTube doesn't like it. I mean, I watch other videos on YouTube where it's just people pointing it at the doll, man. It's pointing at animatronic doll. YouTube don't like it. Turn the blue light on. Can actually see it more, eh? Cool. You can see the demon head. Look at this kid running on my head, bro. That's why I'm making these videos. They complained today that I yelled too loud and I scared them. So I asked her super politely to tell them not to let their kid do that to me. And she said, well, their kid's in kindergarten. The kid has shoes on, man. Or maybe they don't have shoes on. The kid's heel stomping on me. And I think they're doing this to make me yell and scream like I did earlier. I'm not yelling and screaming ever again, bro. I'm just gonna make live streams. Yeah, the neighbor's kid upstairs is stomping on my head off again, bro. This is just a joke of the never-ending story. Ugh. I think I said that about 50 times this stream that my super came and gave me trouble today. She wasn't mean to me at all. Like, she didn't yell at me, but yeah. I only keep saying it over and over because I might remix this video later. So the more I say the same sentences, the less time I have to watch the video to remix it. That's all. I'm definitely remixing this kid running on my head, bro. These stupid freaking banging sounds, bro, on my ceiling. Like, I don't care if their kid runs like it just did for like 5 or 10 minutes, but like the kid was doing that for an hour the one day, man. Like non-stop, like friggin' doom, 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 doom. And my dog was shaking. So the kid only does that for 5 minutes once in a while. My dog will get used to it and it won't bug my dog anymore. So yeah, I won't get mad about it. I just took it as it was on purpose. Maybe I'm taking it the wrong way. Because I was raised to like not bother anybody on purpose. My grandfather taught me that. And like I said earlier, my grandfather was in the Canadian military his whole life. That's all he did his whole life. He joined the military, and my mom lived on a military base in Nova Scotia before they moved to Niagara Falls, and I was born in Niagara Falls. And then after my grandfather's out of the military, he was a janitor and the caretaker, like the person who took care of the I think it's called like the Armories in Niagara Falls, Canada. It's on Victoria Avenue. There's like a cannon on the front lawn. And he was a janitor there for like over 20 years, I think. I used to go there and friggin' see him, blah blah blah, and he'd like give me like, because there's like a shooting range in the basement there for the like army cadet people. I didn't know any of this stuff. They would let the army cadet students shoot 22 rifles down there. So in Niagara Falls at the armories, my grandfather, when he's a janitor there, the cadets would shoot 22 caliber rifles, and he would give me all the empty shell casings when I was a little boy. I wonder if I still have some of them. There's these little gold shells. I think it's funny that my grandpa would give those to me. Like the empty shell casings from bullets. I don't know if he thought I'd make like a necklace out of it or something. You know, now when I walk by that place, last time I walked by there, there's a CCTV camera. And there's like 6 drug addicts sitting there on the stairs doing drugs. That's where my grandfather used to go as a little boy. I was in like grade 5 and 6. And my grandfather was in there working, and I just go there and hang out with him. So that's what that place has become, bro. There was nobody like that back then. Hanging out on the stairs, doing fentanyl and crack. Right underneath a CCTV camera, disrespecting my grandfather. Disrespecting the Canadian military. Disrespecting anybody that works at that place now. Like, don't people have any values anymore, bro? Do you know my grandpa too, man? Like when I went to Maple Street Elementary School from grade 1 to grade 8. And my grandpa lived across the street. And he had this house there. And every lunch break from grade friggin' 1 to grade 8, I would walk across the street and I'd go in my grandpa's house and he'd give me a red delicious apple. And he'd give me a sandwich and a pop or something. And it'd be the same thing every day basically. And that's where I went for lunch every day. So I remember all these things, bro. Like most people when they grow up, they wouldn't remember this stuff. I can remember the detail. I can remember the detail, like the school I went to as a kid. I can remember the detail, like climbing the wall at that school, all the things, other things I did, playing sports there, the people I went to school with, what some of them looked like. If I actually really like think in my head about somebody and their name, and then close my eyes and think, I can remember things that we did and all this stuff. But then when I ask other people stuff like that, they're like, I can't remember that stuff, bro. Or they get mad or they don't want to talk about it or something. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't anybody remember, like, when you didn't have a cell phone? So say you're driving in your car and it broke down and you're stuck in the middle of nowhere. And you literally have to get someone to help you or walk to a payphone. Or you'd be, like, helpless, bro. So literally, like, now there's no helpless feeling in people like that? Is that why people are mean and rude? It's just like people are so, like, I have a cell phone, I'm the boss, everything's cool. So I can just walk around and be the boss of the universe, boss around other humans, right? Other people, like all my friends, I could be mean to them. I can judge them. I can get like a social media station that's like famous, popular, and then think I'm the greatest. And I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong on YouTube to not get more views because maybe I'm not being fake enough or something. I'm just spilling my guts about my life story. I could tell another funny story, bro. So my dad owned the townhouse up there when I was in preschool. My parents got divorced. They sold the townhouse. I went in with lived with my mom, and my brother lived with my mom. And then later on in life, my brother moved in with my dad when we were still little kids. Then my dad bought a house on Arad Street eventually. This is a long time after all the other stuff. But I mean, Jellystone Park in Niagara Falls, my dad lived there. I used to go there in the summertime, right? So fast forward to what I'm talking about after. He bought a house on Arad Street. He rebuilds a whole house. He sells that house to my brother. And then he moves to like Bellevue Street. So he sold that house to my brother, moved to Bellevue Street, bought a new house, redid the whole house brand new. Like everything about the house was new. The whole house. Like everything, bro. Then he sells that house to my brother. He moves to another house. It's an old farmhouse. It's commercial property. It's got this ginormous backyard worth mass money. People keep trying to buy his backyard to build townhouses and offering him millions and millions of dollars. And my dad's like, no, I don't want to sell you my property. And he keeps telling me, I'm not leaving you nothing, Jimmy. I'm not leaving you anything. So anyway, he sold my brother 2 different houses. He's never sold me one house, okay? My mother that married this guy, my stepfather, his mother owned this gas station when I was a little kid. And if you go into Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, there's this like where all the hotels are. There's a Shell gas station there before any of those hotels existed. There's a Shell gas station there when I was a little boy. My stepfather and my mother owned that with his mother. And I would go there as a little kid, and they had a garage there. And they'd work on cars and stuff. His mother sold that on me. That property over there where Embassy Suites and all those hotels is worth mass money, bro. So there, that got sold on me, okay? Then they inherited her house, which is around the corner from where I live right now. It was a 4-plex. It's worth mass money. They sold that house on me. I kept telling them, I want to live in this house if you're selling it. Sell it to me. Nope. Then my mom moves to this other house. My stepfather had a stroke in that house and died or whatever. So I moved into that house to help my mom keep the mortgage. She's like, I swear to God, I'll never sell this house on you. And that's why I live in this apartment right now. She sold that house on me during COVID. Okay? I have hospital records, bro. My legs, I had pictures. I had that COVID toe thing. I had like red lobster feet. I had like swollen legs. All the hair fell out of my legs. I had fluid around my heart. The doctor thought I had blood clots. I had to keep going to all these different specialist doctors trying to figure out what was wrong with me during COVID. And I could barely walk, man. And my mom comes up and goes, okay, you got 6 months to get an apartment, man. Just remember, this is during COVID, and I had COVID with COVID toe. And the doctor said I had fluid around my heart and I'm dying. And I'm like, I don't have a job, Ma. What are you doing? She's like, well, I already sold it. I can't get out of it now. And that was it, bro. She gave me an ultimatum. You have 6 months to get out of here. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I started looking for apartments, and I could never get an apartment anywhere. There's too many people looking for them because of that COVID thing. And then the superintendent here, I don't know if she felt sorry for me or because I paid like, I think she would have rented it to me if I didn't give her 7 months rent, but I was scared that she wouldn't. Because it was right near the end of my mom selling her house and I had no more time left. And I paid 7 months rent to move here. It was $8,700 or something stupid, bro. So yeah, sure that I could live here for that many months and not pay rent. Yeah, that's cool. But again, like I said, I wasn't working right then. And literally my unemployment ran out after I moved here. And then I had no money. So that's literally one of the reasons why I paid so much money. And I wasn't sure about my job because I had to wear a mask at work still. So my hours were limited at work because of COVID. And they were slowly starting to give me my hours back when I first moved here. And just remember that when I went back to work as a security guard, I still had swollen feet, dude. I could do a video one day and videotape my feet. I have a bruise on both feet, on both ankles. It looks literally like that stigmata, bro. On the top of my foot, there's a circle like this, and it's a bruise. It never goes away, bro. It's been like that since COVID. It looks like stigmata. I used to wake up on my mom's couch. My mom will vouch for this. I'd wake up and go like this. I couldn't breathe, man. And my chest, it felt like someone was stabbing my heart. I was like, it hurt so bad, dude. Like I would sit up like this and I would get this pain in my lungs and my chest. And I'd just be like, you know what I mean? And I would go to the doctor and I'm like, dude, what's wrong with me? And he's like, well, that's probably fluid around your heart. And when you sleep at night, the fluid is pulling up around your heart. And then when you sit up in the morning, it's making you get that stab in your heart where you're like, and you're out of breath. And I was like, oh my God. And he couldn't figure out why that was happening to me. That was during COVID because I kept telling him I have COVID. And the doctor never tested my blood for COVID, which is really weird to me. So just think of that, dude. That COVID-19 COVID toll a long time ago. When I went to the hospital, I took an ambulance there. And I had COVID toll. I for sure had COVID. They never told me I had COVID. They took 10 different vials of blood out of my body and sent them all away. They took like mass blood, bro. And they sent it away testing it for all different things and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. Then the other doctor was like ultrasounding my legs. They were looking for clots in my legs during that COVID thing. She couldn't find no blood clots. Then they found fluid around my heart, doing like ultrasound on my heart. And to this day, no doctors told me what was wrong with me. To this day, bro. I can show people my legs. There's no hair on my legs. When I was a kid and in high school, I had hairy legs like a werewolf, dude. So when that COVID crap happened, I had hairy legs like a werewolf. There's no hair on my legs. It's so weird. One day I'm going to do YouTube videos. I don't have enough courage right now and to show people my legs and my feet, but it's just scars everywhere. And it's from that COVID, bro. From the pressure and my legs swelling up 4 times the normal size. The hair fell out of my legs and it's never grown back. I'm not even lying. Oh, there's a little bit of hair right there, but nah. And literally both my legs and my feet are scars. There's little dots all over my legs everywhere, like little scars, because the pressure in my legs, there's little spores opening up and pus coming out of my skin. It's disgusting, bro. From the amount of poison and pressure in my legs when I was going to the hospital, there's a little pus coming out of my skin. So I have scars on me. And I wanted to sue the hospital for all this because they would not let me stay in there during COVID, even though I had all this medical problem. And the one nurse wanted me to stay. And the other nurse is like, we only have 10 empty beds for COVID people. And the one nurse is like, we should hook him up to an IV drip, like an IV drip to get the swelling down in his body. And they sent me home. And the very next day, I went back to the hospital. And I said, I feel like I'm going to die, bro. I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dying. And then they look at me and they're like, we don't know what's wrong with you. You can't stay here because of COVID. And again, no one's ever told me what's wrong with me. And they took 10 vials of blood and not one doctor told me I had COVID. I think they knew I had COVID and they're deliberately seeing what happened to me to research me because they didn't understand COVID. And I was a healthy person and they used me. That's literally what I think, bro. I can never prove that, but the hospital definitely didn't help me. And when I try to get a lawyer about this, my family keeps telling me it's a waste of my time because to sue a hospital, you're not going to get any money. But I don't think they know what they're talking about because they treated me wrong, man. And like I said, I have scars on my feet and my legs now that never go away. And that's because the hospital would not help me get the swelling down in my feet and my legs. They sent me home with no medication. And then you know what they did? They gave me medication and it had a bad reaction. There's 2 different kinds of medication they give me to get the swelling down. And it made the swelling start going upwards. And I had to go back to the doctor again. And then they're like, yeah, the medication's having a bad reaction with you. And they had to change my medication. So, I mean, that's a lot of trauma, bro. And that's why I said I had post-traumatic stress disorder. I felt like I was going to die every day for a year straight. My mom will vouch for this. I was sick for a year, man. I had to take an ambulance to the hospital. Like, frig, I thought I was dying. You know what happened to me in this apartment since I moved here? I started meditating and experimenting with all these different weird meditations, and I don't really believe in it. But I started trying to do this weird, like, East Indian meditation routine, and I'm thinking it messed my spine up. Because the one day I meditated and I came out here and I couldn't breathe properly. It felt like my lungs were being squeezed by something. And then my spine was burning like crazy, and I had to stand in one place for like an hour, man. And every time I turned from left to right, every time I turn left to right after I did this dumb meditation thing, I get this shooting pain up my spine. There's this dumb thing where you lean back and you put your arms up and you take a deep breath and go, but I don't know if back. I leaned back too far. I messed my spine up, dude. And then for an hour, I was just standing there like I couldn't move. I'm like, ugh. It was just some weird breathing technique I was trying to do that I seen on the internet. Then I started doing these other East Indian meditations, and I read in this book that it's dangerous and that I should never do that unless I have a guided meditation person there. Like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, what are people talking about? I don't get it. Should I just be able to read a book and meditate that way and not need anybody to tell me how to do it? How is it dangerous? It's just meditation. So that's why I thought my back was burning too. Because I did like these dumb Kundalini meditations. I don't really believe in it. And then I read in this book and these Hindu people saying that it does something with the spinal fluid in your back. And that the spinal fluid will go up your back and into your brain or whatever. And you'll feel it, like this burning sensation. You'll feel it going up your back and into the back part of your head. And they're saying in this book, if you don't do these meditations properly, you can hurt yourself. And that some people can go totally insane. And blah, 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 blah. Probably a bunch of mumbo jumbo, bro. I think most people that meditate, they make up stories. They tell lies, you know. Some people tell lies, you know, when they meditate. They'll be like, I went and visited this thing and this guy told me all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't see that when I meditate. I'll see nothing when I meditate. I feel everything. I feel like I'm floating when I'm meditating. My body disappears. And the deeper you get into meditation, you'll start to experience a rippling in between your eyeballs. You'll see like energy rising up out of the top of your head. That's true meditation. To me. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. To me, somebody meditating and saying some dude came down and started talking to them, a lot of those people are hallucinating, bro. Or they have a mental problem. Most meditation is void. Everlasting space. Blackness. And as you're meditating after 10 minutes, you'll start seeing colors and like rippling, like a rippling going upwards in between your eyeballs. Obviously, you're not going to see that outside your body. You know what I'm saying? It's just energy, man. Maybe that's just what I see when I meditate. I feel peaceful. I feel like I don't have things to worry about. I don't have to think about stupid nonsense for like 20 minutes. I like to try to meditate and then fall asleep. Which is why most people do not meditate laying down, because you fall asleep. You can't help it. But someone who gets good at meditating, you could meditate when you're laying down and be really good at it. You can meditate standing up. You can meditate all day with your eyes open, bro. So you train your mind to be that way. I mean, like, train your mind. I could just scream at you right now at the top of my lungs, but not really be mad, man. But you might think I'm mad. That's called training my emotions. Having complete control of my emotions. Do you think I want to walk around like a mundane monk all day and be depressed looking? No. I don't agree with some of those people. They don't know what they're talking about. Spirituality is individual to each person. It has nothing to do with somebody, what they say about something. Get what I'm saying? Only I can figure out my own spirituality. I could read a million books and never ever find enlightenment, bro. Just like I could sit here and say, I'm enlightened all day. How do I know I'm enlightened? And how are you supposed to believe me if I go, I'm enlightened, man? I read all I was a monk for 20 years and I read all these books and I wrote all this fancy words of knowledge. How does that mean you're enlightened? How can I truly know that, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's a truly enlightened person, man. Enlightened people don't go around saying, I'm enlightened, man. Maybe you are enlightened. I'm just saying most people that say that just think they're enlightened. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't even know what the hell enlightenment is, man. Enlightenment is friggin' kindness. Enlightenment is trying to think without using thoughts at all, bro. Thoughts are not enlightenment. Thoughts are from other people. Even thoughts I'm getting right now are just based off things I'm looking at or talking about or what I'm reading somewhere at the exact second I'm looking at it. So the world's literally set up to just make your mind always be thinking about things that have nothing to do with you. See, I think I'm enlightened, but I can't prove I'm enlightened. I've suffered so many times in my life, I have to be enlightened. Because I'm still kind. So for someone to suffer as much as me and still be a kind person to everybody, that means I'm enlightened. Because to me, life is about kindness. It's about me trying to help other people. Whether I'm the poorest person in the world and I'm just helping somebody with giving them a sandwich every couple days because I can. Or whether I'm a really rich person helping people in different ways. Right? Whether I was like a freaking teacher in school, being a good teacher. Didn't matter what I did in my life. It's supposed to be about being kind to everybody. I've known this since I was in freaking preschool. That's what life's about. And then people say, I want to be enlightened. You're going to live 1,000 times and suffer and over. How do people know I don't like living life, bro? Maybe I like both. Maybe I don't want to be everlasting in nothingness, bro. Maybe I don't want to be Buddha. Maybe I want to have everything. Get it? Maybe I want to know the truth. Maybe I want to meditate to learn about Buddha, to know that it's real. To know that all those monks are full of crap. Maybe I want to see something one time when I meditate that I didn't see a couple months ago. Maybe I'll see a friggin' astral being like they talk about. Maybe I'll see the 5D. Maybe I'll see those things that they're talking about. I don't see those things. I believe in God, man. I've never met God. I've never talked to God. I've never heard God say a word to me. I still believe in God. Get it? I believe in Buddha. Get it? I believe in astral beings. I believe I control my total reality. Get what I'm saying? God has no control over my life, bro. And when, somebody could say too as well, if you're a monk and you believe in like astral realm and all that, that could just be your perception. You're making that up in your mind, man. That you're seeing an astral being and he's coming and talking to you. Get it? Doesn't mean it's reality. And to me, a lot of those monks are so depressing looking and they don't even want to do nothing, man. Why would I want to be that way? You know what I'm saying? They like say about kindness and all these things and helping everybody, but then all they do is pray and meditate. And then once in a while they help people. But for the most part, they're praying and meditating and being selfish. So what does that have to do with spirituality? Like, spirituality is supposed to be about like promoting kindness and helping everybody and making nobody suffer and making people happy and like helping like homeless people and like things that actually like action. Instead of just I'm gonna meditate for freaking 4 hours and then I'm gonna go do this speech to people and talk to about kindness to them. Like, what is that supposed to do, bro? That's why I believe in every religion and like a bit of each one. I'm saying I don't believe all the words in the Bible. I didn't write the Bible. I'm saying I don't need some guy screaming at me about Jesus Christ all day. I don't need someone yelling at me about the Quran all day. I don't need to go on YouTube and watch the Sunday speaker people arguing every weekend about Muslims and like the Quran and Jesus and the Bible and that this is right and that's right. Like, how's that right, bro? Do you know the main principle of every religion is kindness and acceptance for others and differences? Is equality, bro, like equal. So say I'm stronger than you and you're a weak woman and you have a disability. We're not equal. It's called indifference of equality. It's called I'm not supposed to ever be mean to you and like treat you weird because I'm stronger than you. Because then when I turn around, there's going to be some man stronger than me. There's going to be some man smarter than me. There's going to be somebody with more money than me. So that's supposed to be religion. It's not supposed to be, hey, I'm going to come yell this Bible story at this Quran guy, and then he's going to yell his story at me, and then we're going to try to convince each other that I'm right and you're wrong. And then if you don't want to agree with me, we're just going to argue. So what is that accomplishing then? It's a bunch of words from a book. This is my opinion, bro. I think the Bible was written to teach people principalities and morals to act civil to each other and to create society. Because back then, people were uncivilized and acted crazy. That's my opinions. If people get mad at me about my opinion, that's their problem, bro. Where are all the books from 50,000 years ago? Where are all the books from 100,000 years ago? Did people not write that long ago? Do we not exist? Do people know? Or they can't carbon date, like, there's no books now. What did they become dust? They blew away? So the only book that ever had anything to do with God is only, what, 4,000 years old or something? I don't even know. Because I don't really read about that kind of stuff. I'm just saying a point. So I'm supposed to believe all the words in that book because people said that since I've been a little kid. And they were told that when they were little kids and their grandparents were told that and so on and so on. That's about every religion in the whole world is like that. But now one of these people can pray and get Jesus to fly out of the sky and come talk to everybody. Right? None of the people that worship the Quran can get Allah to come fly out of the sky and talk to us. They can't get Buddha to come fly out of the sky and talk to me right now. Do you see my point? So again, why am I supposed to believe any of those things if I can't physically see it, man? Just like, why would you guys believe any of the words I'm talking about when you don't really know me that well besides just scrolling on my YouTube channel and saying, wow, this guy's talking about some weird stuff. Right? You don't really know what I'm talking about because you don't know nothing about me. I could talk a bunch of stuff and act totally serious and not even believe nothing I'm saying to you. And then just act a certain way and you might believe that I'm being serious. So see, that's enlightenment, bro. You can't believe nothing people say. can only believe yourself. Right? You can only believe what you perceive as reality, as your reality, bro. It's like nobody's gonna see purple the same as me when I look at color, probably. To an extent you will, but I mean I might see it differently than you. It's like I might see the moon different than you do, or the sun. I might find some girl more attractive than some other guy does. So how's anybody ever gonna act like they know what I'm thinking? Or act like they know, hey, God is this because this book said that and I said so, bro. And if you don't agree with me, then you're going to burn in hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how some people act on the internet. They're like, you're gonna burn in hell, bro, because you don't believe in Jesus. And then somebody else, like 5 minutes later, when I'm scrolling, they'll be talking about like Muslim stuff, and they'll say, "If you're a Christian, I hate you," and all this stuff. This is all on YouTube. So my whole point is, what is the point of all that crap, bro? It's taking money out of my pocket. Okay, this video I made right now is 10 times more interesting than some people arguing about religion. Okay, this video is about real life, bro. Okay, this video is literally about how some person moved in here 30 days ago, told the super I yelled too loud in here today, I barked and howled like a werewolf, I'm a maniac, and they're scared of me now. That's what this video is about. Because I'm going to make these videos every day, and I'm going to prove that people keep stomping and banging my walls all the time. And then I'm never going to yell at any of them, okay? Because earlier her daughter was running around, and I think it was to make me yell at them so she can videotape me. Because she's like James Bond spy tech zone up there. Right? Maybe they got the Whisper, what was that called? Whisper 2000? Or Whisper 5000? Right? The Whisper 5000. And she's got her cell phone by it. Ding, ding, like James Bond. Okay, you run around, daughter. And then he's going to yell. And then you be quiet. And then I'm going to videotape him yelling. And then I'm going to give it to the superintendent. Say, see, Wendy? He's in there screaming. He can't live there anymore. That's what the last people did. They said I yelled at them because I was making a YouTube video. So the last tenants were so nuts, right? So they're banging the shit out of my ceiling. So I made a YouTube live video. And they're banging. So I started like yelling to my camera and being loud, and they told the super I was yelling at them, but I was making a YouTube video. Again, this is what the people did to me upstairs today. The video today was totally out of control, off the chain. I'll never do that again. It's a live stream from earlier. But I got in trouble about it. My whole point about it is it's artistic expression, and I like acting, and I can make myself cry on command, bro. I have YouTube videos of me crying. I made myself cry, bro, by feeling sad, by thinking about something really sad, and then I cried, and I've made shorts videos, and I got 18,000 views on one of them. So I thought, yeah, that was cool, but I was only acting. It's not like I just cried and went on there, and I'm like, ooh, like crying for real. I made myself cry. I was practicing to be an actor. Just like I can make myself look like a psychopath. I can make my eyes pop out and look big like I'm going to kill you. I can make myself funny. I can make myself blah, blah, blah. At least I think I can. And I'm getting in trouble for that, bro. Do you know I make AI rap music and I write a lot? If you go on my YouTube, I write and write and write, bro. I've left so many comments. Some of them are 2,000 words long. Being nice to people, dude, because someone might have been handicapped. Then I left a comment to make them feel good. I've left comments on famous people's things all over the place. I leave mass live stream comments. Most of them are positive, bro. So again, I'm not out to cause trouble with anybody. I like to create things. I make flute music. I record it, you know. I make it on BandLab. I edit it. I add effects to it. It takes like hours and hours and hours. I keep editing my song, and then finally I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool. That's the kind of things I like to do. That's what I was doing at work all the time as a security guard when I did the park. I'd bring my flute there. It'd be 3 o'clock in the morning, and then this park I did, there's this big hill. And there's nobody around, bro. And then there's all these like crickets in the field and all these bugs making noises, and I would record, and I would play my flute. And then I would edit it on BandLab, and I'd edit it like 10 times in a row. And I'd end up with like 50 files for one song. And that's just what I was doing, you know, all summer. So for someone to say I'm yelling at them, no, bro. I recorded rap music with me rapping. I suck at rapping. I just did it as like to see what it would sound like because I wanted to see. So does that mean I'm gonna hurt people because I'm swearing in my song about like violence? It's fictional. I'm not in a gang. I don't even own weapons or nothing, bro. This all goes to the judgmental shit of people. They're just weird or something. And I'm a big believer too in like subliminal messages kind of thing. So if I act mean on camera and somebody watches my video and they have an anger issue, it might help them with their anger issue because they might see how stupid I look. And they might be like, yo, when I get mad, I look dumb like that too. You see all these different things I've been saying about, like, it could be any one of these things I said, and then someone literally assumes that I'm yelling at them, and I've never met them in my life, bro. Just like earlier, I was barking like a dog and howling. They told the super that I was howling and barking in here. Do you see that thing? It's a werewolf, right? See it? I was gonna make a YouTube short with my howling sound effects that I remixed off of the live stream, and maybe put that in it with AI, and then it comes to life and it moves. I have a shorts video like that. It's AI with that thing, and it comes to life as a different mask on his head. It's got a furry mask on his head. That's why I bought all this stuff, bro. Because I was gonna make a bunch of shorts videos, rent the hall again at Market Square. Ghost of Maiden probably hates my guts now. I never called him back to play music ever again. But I feel bad about that. But anyway, I want to have live music and a bunch of my videos on the screens there. They have big screens. It's a brand new building. And live stream it. And then with a 4-hour live stream, I can remix a bunch of videos later and have all my animatronics. I have laser lights. I have other lights. I had fog machine. I bought all this crap, bro. Like thousands of dollars worth of shit. I bought like 12 different masks. I planned all this out and it was a flop, bro. That's what that dumb head's for. That stupid head was just jump scare people at my event and like come walking up behind him. It's on a stick. I'm gonna walk up behind him when this mask. I was gonna wear this mask. I was gonna make like 20 shorts videos with that mask on, and then when those videos are playing on the screen, I was gonna wear that costume, and then buy another mask like that and put it on a stick, and then scare people. You know. So say you're watching the screen, and he's playing Ghost of Maiden music like Iron Maiden, and then I just scare you with the same mask that you see on the screen. That'd be crazy, right? I was going to do all my costumes. I was going to make little videos. And when the videos were on the screen for that 10 or 15 minute time frame, I was going to wear that costume. Because I rented the hall for 4 hours. So I figured it out. If I wore a costume for 20 minutes, and that'd be that many costumes for 4 hours, you know? But none of it worked out. I think 10 people came to it. I lost all my money. And now I'm stuck with a bunch of animatronics and like Halloween stuff. Because my whole idea was to promote kindness based off of horror theme. And I have a clown costume. And I was going to say, yo, just because I'm like weird looking and ugly doesn't mean I'm evil. And don't discriminate or judge me. And I was going to promote kindness and I was going to give things away to people for free. Because if I sold enough tickets, all the things I bought, I could have give away as free door prizes for buying a ticket, right? But nobody came then. And that was my whole premise, was based off kindness. And that everybody would just get along and have fun and listen to him play music for 4 hours. Like a live freaking band, man. And he plays every like Iron Maiden song perfect. So I thought that his music went good with the Halloween theme. You know, I met that kid on YouTube and I thought he was gonna troll me, and he actually like didn't troll me. The whole time I thought he was trolling me, bro. Even like the day of the event, I thought he wasn't even gonna show up to it. Anyway. showed up though. So the whole point of that, like this whole thing I'm talking about, I didn't even care if people came to it. It was about renting the hall to do a live stream. That was the main purpose. People coming to it was just extra cool, but like Ghost of Maiden did a live stream. Like he probably got super chats during it. I paid him $100, and I gave him an Iron Maiden mask that was worth like $140. It's collectible. I bought it from America, and I had to pay a stupid tariff on it. And then he ended up accidentally stealing my animatronic, and I've never gotten it back. Like he put the mask on this animatronic, and then he thought told him he could have the animatronic. It's like, no, bro. He's like, can I keep the Eddie? I thought he was pointing at the mask on my animatronic. I'm like, yeah, I bought you the mask, man. But he took my whole animatronic. Because I was taking all my other stuff out to my truck, in my dad's truck. And he ended up leaving with my animatronic, and I didn't notice. And I was like, bro, like, and then I'm asking my parents, I'm like, where's my animatronic? And by then the kid was already gone, man. It was like the next day. You know what I'm saying? He lives in Toronto. So it kind of made me mad he didn't mail me the thing, you know? But whatever. That's what it is. And Ghost of Maiden, if you're watching this, why don't you mail me my animatronic? Nah. I don't want my animatronic back. Please. You want to be like the Indian lady? She does the dance. Kiss, kiss. Kiss, kiss. Hey, Falco? Kiss, kiss. Kiss, kiss. And she says, please, please, like and subscribe. Please, please. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Low rider. My dog wants outside. I think I broke my finger. It's turning purple. And it hurts. I can't bend it. Have I hurt my finger, Falcor? Like, why does it hurt? Ouch. Can't make a fist. It hurts that bad. You know, nobody knows this either. I've had verified YouTubers that are like famous, like love my chats. I know that sounds stupid, but they've hearted and favorited my chats. Like 6ix9ine, Steve Will Do It a long time ago, the Nelk Boys, Top Notch Idiots. All those people, bro. I Show Speed's fucking favorite in my comment too. So obviously I do that for a reason, right? Because then my channel name shows up. So it's not like I'm like doing this for fun like YouTube. And I like YouTube. But I want money. Give me money, YouTube. Hey, I want money, YouTube. Need $5. I know I got something on my hand, but it hurts. What's that? It's burning. It really feels like I sprained my pinky finger. I don't know how. Well, I think I broke my finger earlier. Yeah, maybe that's what happened earlier. Ah. Ah. Yeah, before a long time ago, this person's like, you can't bend your finger when it's broken, but you can though. You can bend it with the tendons, man. It just hurts. I hit my hand earlier, and I think I broke my pinky finger, or I fractured it or something. It hurts so bad right now. I can't bend it. Ah. I don't know how I didn't notice till 5 minutes ago. I think it's because I was ranting so much. My pinky finger's killing me, bro. Ah. Ah. Talis has got to come in here. Move all this freaking stuff out of their way. Stupid. I just thought of that, Falkor. If they come in here, all that stuff's in their way. Right? Shit. Excuse me. Oh my god. That's too hot. Coffee. See, like, this is normal, bro. Like, no one's doing nothing to me. Right? I don't know. Oh my god, I'm tired. Watch that video later, I'm probably gonna be like, holy shit, I'm an idiot. Acting crazy. Good God Almighty. Good God Almighty. Lordy, Lordy. Should move this werewolf. And keeps moving on his own, bro. He's moving. I'm a little side. And then talks going on. Look at how much it freaking snowed, man. Oh my god. It all blew up around my bike like crazy. It's so funny. I can't believe how much it snowed. It's like coming. It's Almost filling up my windowsill. I think this guy's gonna break my bike outside, bro. The people that complain, I think he's outside playing with his dog right now. I can't make this stuff up, bro. Imagine he pops my bike tire in front of me. I think he knows I'm standing here. The dog listens good. Hey fucker, how come you can't stay outside that long? Hey? That guy was outside with his dog playing ball forever, bro. You can't stay out there for that long. What's wrong with you? My dog does like the 3 foot limp after 2 seconds being outside. Hey fucker, they plowed next door again. Look at the size of the snowbank now. Oh my god, it's huge. Oh, that's crazy how much it snowed, man. Oh, it sucks, bro. It's like the whole world got snowed in the last 3 days. Oh, there's so much snow outside. Freaking Telus called me, Falcor. I hope he doesn't want to come here tomorrow. Probably confirming the time they're gonna come. Yeah, Telus and Telus Kudo. I got home internet. I had the box for 4 days and it won't work, so I called them. Someone cut my wire outside off the wall. And that's the inside. I plugged my box in and someone had cut the wire outside. So yeah, obviously I don't have no Wi-Fi, bro. Is that nice of somebody to do that to me? They're like, yo, we're gonna cut this guy's Wi-Fi off. I don't think that was nice of them at all. Oh, excuse me. Oh God. got a stomach ache, man. I don't know why my stomach's killing me. I don't know if anybody can hear that music or not, but I own copyrights to all this music, YouTube, in the background. It looks creepy. Something died on me. Charge it. this. Daddy, flip that up like that. Spilled your water. Oh, shoot. Spilled the dog's water on the ground. Hold on, fuck court. Dog inside. Freezes. Pretty cold as hell. Excuse me. I got that stomach flu, man. What's a joke? Come up, dog. Popcorn. Come here, Papa. Wrong. Hey, Joe. Freak, Joe. Go outside and play in the snow. Say hello to the. Who's that? More cookies? Need a cookie? Yeah. Come back in and give me one, okay? Get back inside. Yeah. Your fur's going all goldy. Ain't the older you get. Goldy fur, huh? You know what I'll tell everybody else too? I've never sued one person in my whole life. So, I don't think I'm going to sue anybody in this building if I've never sued anybody in my whole life. So people know that. I have no intention on suing anybody. No point. Who cares? Trying to get anybody here for you, fucker. I haven't heard nobody stomping on me. So yeah. That's what I'm saying. And now it's normal, bro. It was freaking being weird. That's all I want. I just want normal. And once in a while, weird. I won't bitch. Maybe I overreact. Sometimes you tell you overreactions. Stuck. Stuck. Excuse me. Oh, my God. Well, this kid's gonna run around in my head again. Upstairs. Good. It's on camera. People complained about me to the super today that I yelled at them and they keep making noise at me. They're crazy, bro. And again, the last tenants out there stabbed the fridge when they moved. So they were crazy too. Anyway. That's my life's become. Stupidness. Bless me. I'm gonna sneeze a bit, Velcor. Bless me. Oh my God, I can sneeze to death. Oh my God. Alright, peace out, bro. I'm gonna end this thing.